Welcome back, babies. This is Shonen Pulse, episode 61. As you know, I am your host, Big Yato, and I'm joined with Papa Traffy,
Yo,
Knox,
Yes, sir.
and today we got a special guest, another one. It is Shonen Ouji here to yap with us about some manga. Go ahead and talk to the people, introduce yourself, and let them know where to find you and what you got coming up, Ouji.
Yo, what's going on? Shonen OG here. In some circles, you may call me Shonen Ouija. Yeah, I just posted a video today, actually. Depending on when this goes up, it'll be Sunday. And then I also have a JJK video coming up. But yeah, just excited to talk about some manga.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are happy to have you. It's been a long time coming. Been needing to get you on the show for a minute. Glad we can finally do it. But as you folks know, we talk about a bunch of manga over here. I'm losing track of the number, but Centuria, Don, Shangri-La Frontier, Gachi Yakuta, Ranger Reject, Ichi The Witch, Kinato's Magic, Kagurabachi. I probably forgot something. You can let me know down in the comments. Hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you want to, you can become a member to support us or join our Patreon. We read comments at the end of the episode, so if you got something to say, you can expect to hear us talk about it, usually at the end. And also, we got a Discord set up finally, so that'll be down in the description. If you want to join our Discord and come yap with us or hear me talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl, unprovoked, where nobody asked or whatever like that, we got all that, baby. We getting it's up and running. Finally, people been asking about the Discord, but the intro getting long, so we're gonna jump right into it. We got Centuria chapter 89, propagation. Traffy, how you feeling?
okay, so I really enjoyed this chapter, and I feel like I say that every week in regards to Centuria. I will say though, the beginning of this chapter, I'm gonna skip over that.
Uh-oh.
It's a lot of feel good like between the characters, but it's not anything that like drives the story forward. So we're gonna start with the reveal of how the Margrave's power works and what it is, the gift of propagation, and being able to multiply things. Um, I really enjoy the way that they set up this character because she is literally supporting an entire nation by herself. And with just that fact alone, it sets her up as this super important character going forward. And then with the reveal at the end of the chapter, things get a little more
Sinister.
confusing.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sinister is a better word. But yeah, no, just I love how they play off of the reveal of her power because she said her power was to multiply, and my thought process was kind of the same as the main cruise. Like, that's it. Like I thought,
Yeah.
you would be like a super strong, battle heavy character, and I mean she probably still is with some really weird stuff, but the fact that that's how she revealed it as, I just multiplied, that's it. And main crew got the same reactions as us. And then, you get the bomb drop of, I got to my position because of how important my power is rather than how strong it is. But yeah, just phenomenal chapter all around.
Yeah, I think it's dope that you have a character that belongs to this really big faction of the royal family that's known as its strongest warriors, and then you let us hang out with this character for X amount of time, wondering, where she falls on the hierarchy, like how that hierarchy kind of like, power scaling wise, maybe is kind of like what a lot of our headcanons were kind of going for as far as like who's stronger than who, who counters who, stuff like that is what I was thinking about when the Iris Stratum was kind of first introduced. And then to eventually get the writing in this chapter that she's relegated to a non-combatant because of how useful her ability is in the greater scope of society at large is really cool for world building, I think, and just like a really interesting angle after introducing the Iris Stratum as like these really powerful warriors or whatever. I just think I feel like that's unique. I don't know how often you see stuff like that after a faction like that is introduced. So it's just really good shit from Toru Kuramori this week.
For sure. Yeah, before I really start pouring out, OG, how you feeling, man, about the chapter? I don't know if you've ever had the chance to like talk about the series in general on your channel, so just, speak how you feel, man.
I've talked about it a couple of times, and one thing I always said was, and one thing that's like stood out about Centauria is like the bizarre imagery, like the horror imagery, even though it's not really technically a horror series. It's like it feels very horror adjacent. But I had been feeling for a while. I was like, it feels like we've kind of moved away from all the twisted looking monsters. And then this chapter and the chapters before, I was like, well, that didn't last very long because
Yeah.
goddamn, like the end of this chapter where we see her in like the basement or whatever, and you just see all like the bones and all the clones. I was just like, oh wow, okay, this is like dark. Like this is like just the pure imagery of it. I was just like, okay, we're back to Centuria. This is like
Yeah.
Centuria. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
um I agree with what everyone else said, but I should also add that like just the ending of the chapter made me very excited to see more of this character.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And we had been wondering for a while, like what the propagation angle would be. I remember saying like, oh, is she just gonna like grow a bunch of arms out of the ground or something? Because propagation has something to do with like crops and stuff like that. So I was like,
Yeah.
does she just have the best crops in the universe? Like she
Something like
grows
that.
shit the best. Yeah, but like now we know that she just straight up clones it, and it's crazy because by the time when I got to the end of the chapter and I saw that last page, I was like, wait a minute. And I flipped all the way back to the beginning because, like, I see when there's clearly, a million fucking clones here. And I go back to the page where she's like, it's the power to multiply whatever I touched. I can only multiply things I recognize as non living. Of course, my main body is an exception. That part is bolded. And I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't even think about that shit when I was reading it. I just was like, oh yeah, whatever. I saw the arms and I was like, okay, so she's on some kind of like Nico Robin shit. That's cool. She can like do stuff with her body, but no, like she is straight up duplicating, like making more bodies, and they seem to have like varying personalities and stuff, and like probably like varying amounts of like sanity. Like some of them look really, fucked up, crazy. Like there's the on the left, the left side of this double page, one of them has like two pupils in the eyeball, and another one doesn't have eyeballs. Like they're kind of, I don't know if this is like them, being created or what. And also, I wonder, is this like a twice situation? Like, can only the main one? Well, I guess not, because like I was gonna say, can only the main Lalawag reproduce, but like on this last page, you can see that some of them are kind of like making more, I would guess, unless some of them came out fucked up.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking about it too
I
when I
want
was
to.
when I was reading the chapter. Sorry, Traffy, real quick. I was thinking about it when just to kind of dovetail off of what Yato was saying about like Nico Robin parallel or whatever. But when I was reading the chapter and it said, anything but my main body, I can only do it, on things that I consider like non-living or whatever, and they kind of like put the extra arm in your face so that you kind of do go there or whatever. But I was wondering, I was like, damn, because when I got to the end of the chapter, I was like, oh, they actually showed that she can duplicate her whole body over and
yeah,
over again. You know what I mean? I was thinking to myself as I was reading the chapter, I was like, yo, when we do the review, I'm gonna say like, what if she can just outright clone herself? But they included that at the end of the chapter anyway, so I was like, ah, because Nico Robin can do that too. Nico Robin can make like a whole extra version of herself. I'm pretty sure, right?
I don't remember
No,
her doing that.
I
I
swear
don't
to I,
think
s-
she's ever
I swear to
done
God, she's
that.
done that before.
no, she just turned into a
No.
giant demon lady.
She's done
No,
hands and feet, right? She's
definitely.
done feet
But
before,
I
right?
swear there was like a moment where she was in like a fight
Yes,
and
she
like there
has.
was like a duplicate like version of herself that like was used as like a decoy or something while she did some shit. Like, oh god damn it.
The way
Anyway,
her
that's what
the
that was the idea that I had in my mind, and then they ended up showing it at the end of the chapter anyway, and I was like, shit, I could have been the theory guy.
the theory guy.
To kind of
Speaking of the
that's
theory, go ahead.
so just to kind of piggyback off of Knox here, and Yato, with this whole scenario, when I first read the beginning where she was like, I can't, reproduce anything that I deem as living with my, with the exception of my body. I started to think, I was like, okay, what if she's not alive and that's why she can,
Hmm.
duplicate or multiply her body? But then you get to the end of the chapter, and if you're reading all of the clones as bubbles, specifically on the last spread, it's too late now. How many friends did I send to die in the Western War? Don't let their sacrifices be in vain. And the next box over is that the Margrave's heart was shattered long ago. I think the trauma of the war has affected her to the point where she no longer sees herself as alive.
Oh,
Like, to
sure.
her, she is dead, and that's why her powers work on her body.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because like that verbiage is kind of, delivered in a way that kind of obviously makes it based on her perception of things.
Does she say "deem" in here?
Yeah.
Is there a point where she says something about like?
Yeah.
Because on this one page, she doesn't say. Of course, my main body is an exception, but I can only multiply objects I recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it could be some sort of kind of like an undead unluck situation where it's like your kind of interpretation or how you like view the thing could like affect the power. So yeah, if she like looks at or like kind of like the control devil where it's like I feel like I'm stronger than you, so I like can control you type shit. So maybe she could look at someone and like consider them like a non-human or something and just go like, okay,
So-
you
What happens if she comes in contact with Altus?
yeah, like can
Ooh.
she duplicate the mud dolls? What if we find out because she like accidentally uses her power on like Lacrima or something and it just works and she's like, oops, wasn't trying to what the fuck? Why is there another Lacrima?
Yeah.
Yo, that could be crazy. Okay, real quick. Also, I did look it up for Nico Robin, and Cuerpo Fleur is body flower and allows her to sprout a complete replica of her physical form from any surface. So,
Cuerpo
All right.
Fleur.
yeah, just wanted to.
I didn't
throw
doubt that
out
she
there.
could do that.
I
She
just have
I
like the
couldn't
vaguest
remember a
memory.
specific scene.
Yeah, me neither. Like I just had like this fleeting, like vague, like memory of her doing that at one point. But yeah.
I don't care that he looked it up. Somebody in the comments let us know if he's wrong.
Oh.
Ah, you can feel the love.
Double check it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a chapter though, man. Like it's huge to get this kind of information, and it just to me this just screams like assassination. Like somebody is going to want to like overthrow this kingdom because like capitalism and shit is like they just breed creating apples and shit. We can't go over there. Freedoms.
Yeah.
Like I feel like somebody's gonna want to come and ruin this. There's a perfectly good land where we can have slaves making money or whatever doing work for us, but she's like ruining the whole thing with her whole like free labor and multiplication. So like let's get her out of the picture.
Yeah.
And
it begs the question,
fucking-
like, how effective can they even be, like, in that? Because, like, a couple questions that this chapter creates is, like, one, obviously, she has an ulterior motive here. She wants to make the final century come to pass. Like, that's, like, her main goal in the background, whatever that means. And, if it's a situation to where we just need more writing for exactly how the ability works, because if each clone of Lalawag, which they kind of all seem to have their own sentience and their own ability to propagate as a clone, even, it's like what is the real body then, and does that even matter? You know what I mean? If you can just sprout like a whole clone that can do the exact same thing and has its own consciousness, then they're all the main body. Or maybe it's like what Yato was saying earlier about the farther away you get from the main body, the less sanity you have, or whatever. Like, we just need more writing in that regard. But also, it's interesting because there's writing specifically saying, like, I have been relegated to a non-combatant because of how important I am to, the prosperity of this civilization and this country, or this, society at large, and the king doesn't want to lose me. And if so, like, the economy is just, like, shattered, and everything just kind of crumbles into dust because my ability is just that important. But if she can just clone herself, does the king know that? Like, if she can't fight, but she has a bunch of clones that can go out there and fight, then like she can do all types of clandestine assassination shit, or like whatever, kind of shit while she's in the foreground under the king's eye, safe and doing her job, propagating shit for the country. She can send any number of different versions of herself out into different countries or different parts of the world to do all types of political shit or whatever. And that's just
they gotta do is
really
put a
fucking,
mask on.
Yeah, like that's so fucking interesting to me, and I wonder what Toru Kuramori is going to do with ideas like that, because you don't bring up this kind of, like, this chapter is massive for the future of it, not just this character but Centuria as a whole. I want to say, like, this just became like top 3 most important characters in the whole story, kind of, I want to say.
Yeah.
On
Yeah. And
that,
like,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
On that note, to the king thing, real quick, they did say not even the supreme lord of this land knows about this.
Oh shit.
So he might know like vaguely about the power, but they do make a point that like this is like a pretty deeply kept secret.
Where do they say that?
It's on the like pages prior to her mask.
So the like third to last.
Oh
page.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
I gotta say, I love when they do that, like the narration over it. Like that's always super cool when it's like you see the characters doing a thing, like they're like
Hmm.
knitting and brushing Diana's hair and shit, and we're just finding out this super crazy ominous like thing going on down in the basement and shit like this. I love when they do these. There was no chance they could know dot 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 like
But they're
super
talking
cool.
about in reference to like her heart being shattered or whatever, and like just like
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if that
I
necessarily means the king doesn't know that she can clone her whole body.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Mm,
don't know what it's specifically like saying he doesn't know about.
yeah,
I would assume it's the implication is that he doesn't know about this at all. But at the very least, like you're saying, it could just mean that he doesn't know that she's like kind of, cuckoo bananas.
yeah, and
Yeah, I think
has some underhanded ulterior shit going on.
Yeah, I
This,
think it all
Hmm.
kind of like folds into each other because like the king knowing that her heart was broken isn't like a major like a big deal, but like maybe her heart being shattered is what led her to making these decisions. Like she probably didn't start making an army of like clones or whatever until like whatever this heart shattering like event was.
Hmm.
But I like this last page. It gives us a lot. Like it looks like the one at the top that says, "What about the false information regarding Ramir?" I feel like that might be the real one because it looked like she's holding the cape that she was wearing. Unless
I
there's
was
No,
just
the
about to
real one
say
is
something about that. Yeah.
the real one is the one in the very front that they're all
Hmm.
expanding out of.
okay. And why?
Yeah, she's like
I guess
this
she took the cape
giant tumorous caterpillar.
off. Okay.
human
Okay.
centipede
Yeah.
type beat.
So she just
Uh,
grabbed the cape. But like so
Literally.
much information is here. Like she's talking about Rumir, the false information regarding Rumir, and like Rumir, Siadric, and the Child of Prophecy somehow have like they're intertwined. This is the perfect opportunity to solve everything at once. What is it about Siadric and Rumir that line up with the Child of Prophecy that needs to be solved? What's Rumir's divine vessel? Who the fuck is the Void Marcher? Like there's a lot of stuff here, but she clearly super cares about everyone because like she doesn't want like this isn't like an ulterior motive moment where she's like thinking about using Julian and Lucas because clearly even if her sanity is questionable, she's still talking about like Lucas having to use his spear, which would kill him, and she doesn't want that. And she's talking about like I can't let their sacrifices be in vain. It'd be wrong to sacrifice a little girl. So her mind for like most things, I guess, seem to be still like in together. Like she's not insane, but she's probably got a lot of personalities going on.
Hmm.
So the way that I read this is like all of the voices in her head that's constantly asking her questions and trying to be her subconscious and get her to make the right decision. And so when she goes into this private area, she's able to let that all out, so it's not stuck in her head.
Sure.
Yeah. So you think these guys weren't already down here?
No, no, they are coming out of her.
Yeah, I
Like
see what he's saying. Like
she walked.
normally they're just like, separate like egos or like separate subconscious personalities that are constantly like arguing or talking about shit in her mind, but her ability allows
Okay.
her to manifest them into, this real space so that they can speak for themselves instead of just being trapped in her mind is what I think that Traffy was trying
Hmm.
to say.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like the page before last where it shows her standing in front of the arch, it's just her, the jacket, and then the next panel has like the bodies flooding out of her. One of them in the back has the cape because they were in the back, and like that is her main body. It's just she's in privacy, so she can let them expand out of her.
Okay. They just shooting out of her back and shit. Okay. Yeah,
It's
my
Well,
thoughts.
literally like
flooding
one
out.
giant tumor, and they're all sprouting from that one tumor.
Yeah, my thought was that she had came downstairs and they were like already down there, but now I see. So she goes down. They're probably not down here, so nobody can ever like discover this. Like if they come down here, they would just find like a pile of bones.
Bones. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she comes down here to kind of like air her thoughts out. Like, okay, it's too much going on in my head. Everyone out. Like, let's all talk
Hmm.
about it as like a council instead of like arguing in my brain, and it's too much. Okay, I see. So I like that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that's like bothering her and just on the mind. She's got a lot of shit she want to do, but yeah, it's just so many things are getting like name dropped that like we got new things, old characters. Like how do they all link? And Yeah, and she says like they won't even disappear, like even if she dies. So like if she was assassinated or something, like these clones. I wonder. So I wonder what kind of clone situation this is. If it's like a twice thing or if it's like a Peltrola thing. Because with Peltrola from Ranger, it was like even if you killed the main body, like the next clone would just become the main body, and they all kind of like remember everything. So like I wonder if they all share memories. Like if one goes out and dies, and there's one at home. Does it know that she died? Does it feel it? Does it like does the other one's like memories come over, kind of like a shadow clone? Naruto would make 100 shadow clones and do push-ups with all of them, and then go back to his normal self, and then the experience from all the push-ups go back. Like how is this clone situation working?
Something I just thought about, and it goes in with that. I don't think it is a clone situation. When she said that she can't multiply living things, I think this is the result of when she does that. But because she's already broken, this isn't affecting her mind in a negative way. Because any normal person, they get this large growth coming out of them with a bunch of themselves, they're probably going to go crazy. But, she's already broken. She can't go crazy. So I think this isn't a clone, and it's like a grotesque use of someone's power, basically.
So you think maybe she can use this power on living people, but because she doesn't want to, but she will on
Yeah,
herself?
yeah,
Okay. She's just telling them like I can't use it on living things, so like nobody would get any ideas or go like, "Hey, can you give me another arm because I lost my other one or something?" Like she doesn't want to be in a situation where she has to duplicate a living person, but she'll do it to herself.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So I wonder though, like we know that she has the bones of this like what's the thing called again? The
Goddess of the night.
yeah, goddess of the night. So she has the bones. So I wonder if this is like the ability that's related to that, or if she already had a gift because like she's standing in front of thousands of bones. So it's like she says she killed the previous like holder of the bones and took them. So was like her goal, whatever her goal is right now, was it already in her mind? Like she knew like I have to kill this person, take the ability, and then you know I don't know, because then it would be if she knew about like being able to duplicate herself, that would mean that the ability was known prior to her having it, and it is related to the bones, and that would mean that everybody or people would know. So I think that would kind of not defeat, but like kind of undermine what was said before, where they're talking about like nobody had noticed and stuff. So yeah, I wonder what this is like. If it's like her regular like blessing, or if this is related to the goddess of the night.
I think it's her original blessing, but there's the chance that, she was never able, or she was never supposed to be able to duplicate herself. And so this is like a change to her power from the bones of the goddess of the night.
Yeah, maybe it enhanced it or something. And at first she could
Yeah.
only do like crops. Yeah, I can see that. Like the bones from this demonic entity kind of like warping her ability to be able to do something like no one should be able to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see
That
that.
was kind of the theory I had going.
Like she could just do stuff like apples and lumber, and then like this corruption invaded her body, or she took in this corruption, and now she can do flesh and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. Didn't she say she like challenged Theodric before? Like 5 chapters ago, she said she like sent him multiple challenges and he kept rejecting them.
Hmm.
I don't
I don't
remember.
specifically remember.
That would
And
that would
like,
make a lot of sense why she wants Julian here so bad, because if he's saying no every time she tries to do this thing, and then he knows or she knows that Julian is the one that killed his rival, that would be like, okay, he'll say yes this time because it's the nigga that beat his like homeboy up. So like that actually makes sense if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm flipping through. It just what made me think of that was the fact that she says that she's forbidden from combat, and it's like, would that be a reason he would say no? But also like, why would you even challenge the dude if you knew like what the weight of the country was on your shoulders? It's like, what if you did die?
Because she knows that she can just send a clone to do the fight and not herself, right? But also, like, she probably wants to do this so bad because Seadric is like probably like the biggest obstacle for whatever this final century plan is of hers, right? Like I'm trying to wonder like why she wants to create this duel so bad, like why she wants to.
Because he can heal Artoria.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Is okay.
Yeah.
Because like with the end of this chapter, like giving us an idea of what her real goal is. Like the final century is obviously ambiguous. Like we don't know what that means yet. But like, does she need Artoria for that? And like needs her healed in order to have her involved in this final century plan, or is that completely separate and she really does just love Artoria that much and wants her to be healed and wants her to keep living?
Yeah, I think that is it, because it like the final panel, it's too late now, how many friends did I send to die in the Western War, don't let their sacrifices be in vain. She obviously cared for what happened during the war, and Artoria was a part of that.
Right.
So I do think that she genuinely cares for Artoria and wants to heal her.
Okay.
But like her final goal may be to make the final century pass, but every thought that she had on this spread, those are her genuine thoughts. Like, she is conflicted about doing it and everything along those lines. But, you know, there still could be an ulterior motive to fighting Seadric besides just healing Artoria.
Yeah.
This chapter definitely gives you a lot to, think about, because like, I mean, her ability is crazy.
Yeah.
Just like this, even if she didn't have the ability to, make a bunch of duplicates of herself, it's like she still can have like 30 arms on her own body, and it's like that in combat is crazy. Like, she grabs you with, even if you're strong, like, okay, she takes 4 arms to hold you, but she can still just make 30 more and just beat the shit out of you, or chop you into thousands of pieces. Like, this is crazy.
Nico Robin needs to take notes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have played Magic or how much you've played Magic the Gathering, but she kind of reminds me of the Eldrazi.
Yeah, no, literally.
Like Ulamog.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that makes a lot of sense because like that is like, like Lovecraftian, lore inspired magic set, you know what I mean? And and Centuria is very much so a Lovecraftian dark fantasy concept.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense.
A thought that I had is that Centuria, and I mean this in the most positive way, Centuria is like Kids Bop Berserk. It has its dark moments, but it's less overall gritty and has more comedic moments and just feel good moments, which is why I say that.
I mean, shit, after what's that fucking one character's name in Berserk? Shinichiro? No, something Jiro. The like little nigga that wants to be like Guts. Fuck, dude. I always forget. Berserk fans know who the fuck I'm talking about, but like once he enters the story, you get a lot more of those like comic relief, borderline like bathos moments, honestly, in Berserk. And obviously you have like Puck that like added that in the earlier like story too. But I mean like, yeah, I mean Kids Bop Berserk, what is that? What does that mean? Like there's just no sexual assault scenes, basically.
Just overall lighter tone.
Yeah.
Julian didn't fall out of...
Are you sure there wasn't any of that in Kids Bop?
Oh shit.
Julian didn't fall out of a vag on camera,
Yeah, so it's like Kids Bop version. God, that's such a crazy origin, but
I had ginger ale when you said that. I had
ginger ale.
I was drinking ginger ale when you said that, so I was like, "Oh no!"
Just specifically saying the name of the drink is frying me.
Yeah. Sorry, you got a cold, bro. Hope you get better.
Yeah. God, can we talk about how like? Oh my God, I don't know if this is just like a black thing, but like I just remember being like so young and being like, Mom, I don't feel good. Like no matter what was happening, just go drink some ginger ale and lay down. It's like, Mom,
ginger ale.
No,
yeah, like laying down is not medicine, my nigga. Like what are you like? Bring me to the doctor. Like,
no, ginger ale is real, bro. It's got ginger in it, bro.
That shit is elixir.
Yeah.
It's got healing properties.
Phoenix
Yeah.
down.
I need to see that in a manga now. Like somebody gets sick and they just throw them a ginger ale like in the series. Yeah.
I'm gonna so because you said that, I'm gonna write a battle series, and ginger ale is gonna be Hashirama cells.
Hey yo,
Bruh.
that
Just sensu beans replaced with ginger ale. Yeah.
that meme of Sukuna throwing the
Spinach.
fucking
Yeah.
that meme of Sukuna throwing the fire extinguisher at the camera has just replaced the fire extinguisher with a can of ginger ale.
Yo, next time I see somebody say they sick on the timeline,
Oh my God.
here you go, bruh.
Oh,
Don't ever
shit.
say I ain't do nothing for you.
God
Never
damn.
drinking ginger ale again.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
But like this like I wonder like if anybody in the story like when she's talking about like I made these apples like if they're looking at it like what are they like she says like if you've eaten anything in this country chances are like it came from me and it's like that's kind of weird like how does we can see that she can like remove her arms like she made all those arms and then kind of like dissolved them and it's like what if she like dissolve the food in your stomach, do you just be hungry again or something? Like how does that work? Like, she dissolves like she sends niggas to war. Like what if she sends you to like battle? You're wearing like all this armor that she made, and then she just goes like, no armor for you. Now you're just naked in the field.
Yeah,
Remember,
that's one of
kids,
those
don't
great.
think too,
Yeah.
don't think too hard about where your food came from.
Well, I mean, when it comes like to, yeah, I don't know. It was one of those like great power comes great responsibility type shits. Like if she was a fucking troll and she really did outfit an entire like infantry with armor and weapons, and then they all went into battle, and then she's like, actually, never mind, and then they just butt naked
Yeah.
suddenly on the battlefield. Like that's so fucked up. She
Army
could
of
do
So
that.
I
clowns
don't-
with no clothes.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how her power works on physical objects, because the way that Yato was explaining that, it sounded like he was trying to describe alchemy, which is turning something into something else. But hers is just multiplying. She's not, using anything else to convert it into another apple. She is literally creating a perfect copy out of thin air
Yeah.
of the original
But
apple.
what Yato is saying is that she can, if she chooses to, though. Like it doesn't have to. There's no time limit on, how long the copy lasts. But like what
we
Yato
see
is saying,
that-
like she can choose to turn off the copy.
Yeah, like she
We
sucks her
see
arms
that with
back.
her body specifically. We don't know if she can do that with things that she's not touching.
True.
Yeah, but like imagine she can, and it's
Yeah.
like all this lumber that I gave you to make she's what if she's been like giving hella lumber and metal and stuff like that to other nations so that they can build these castles and stuff, and then she goes like, okay, today I'm gonna attack, and she just like reabsorbs, she cancels the ability, and like your big fucking fortress falls to the ground because all the wood is gone, like everything you used to make that building just poof like vanishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Easy read,
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. But also
Yeah,
at the end
it's
of the day, it's like, would she even? Because like she could just like if she needs like money or something, she can just make more money. So like, what is she?
Yeah.
What is she giving? Like they're not selling this like copy lumber and copy resources to other nations, is she? Because why would she need to do that? She
I
could just
think
make
we're
more money.
thinking. I think we're thinking like too capitalistic about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
I think
Like
she's
if a
definitely
person
not
can
looking-
multiply anything they want, they're probably not going to be too concerned about money. She could just walk into a store, pick something up, multiply it, and walk out with a duplicate.
True.
Yeah.
And then they shouldn't at least have to pay for food or anything like that if they have an infinite supply of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's just like that could be like ulterior motive thing because I don't think she needs money. She doesn't like want anything that like you can buy. Whatever she wants is like some, goal like the
End
fucking
of the world.
yeah, something like that. So it's like maybe her means like the way she goes about it is like she's nice, but like one day she might flip, and it's like you never know who we're allies today, but we might be enemies tomorrow. So I'm building this army of me's in the basement, and I'm gonna just give them all. I'm a clone a shiesty mask and give one to all 1,000 to me. But like in the meantime, I'm giving you my allies who I might one day turn on. All this wood to build your nation, and then like when I decide, like if you cross me or whatever, like you try to rob me or you try to assassinate me to make my country fall apart, then I just fucking
Turn
remove
off
all
the-
the wood I gave you, and I send my army of me's to come and murder like all your people, and it's just easy.
Yeah. And now
You
I'm
got no
wondering,
walls.
like, okay, so what if she, like, say she touches like a mountain? Like, does she copy the mountain, or does she just copy like the rock that she was touching connected to the mountain?
I'm
Like,
sure
like,
there's limitations to her powers.
yeah, I'm just
Bro.
thinking of stupid shit.
Yeah,
I
they
will say
just-
though, as a side note, I'm sure Knox was staring at the bottom of the final page,
Hey,
just thinking of all the possibilities.
hey, man,
Oh,
why
the
why
toes?
Knox? Nigga, oh, because the
all
feet.
them feet.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. When Yato was talking about like the applications of her just like sprouting 30 arms, like I had a neuron activation moment, and he like went straight to combat. But I was like, but what about non-combat applications of this?
Nigga getting a neuro massage.
Stupid.
One big hug. Yeah, but no, this is a really good chapter. This is, I feel like, one of the best chapters that Centuria has had, probably like just total, because you know this makes us ask so many questions.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we've ever had anything that like led to this many questions. And
Yeah, for sure.
Lalawag's a fun character. She likes our crew, and yeah, just can't wait to see where the rest of this goes, and everybody's here and good or whatever, and all the people want to help out. We got what's her name, like Zaza or Zazie or whatever her name is. She's helping, and Lacrima, and even the kid Diana wants to help. It's like, all right, I'll give you guys something to do. So it's a cool chapter.
Yeah.
A lot of good shots for Lalawag, and yeah, she really stole the show this week. So I think I'm spent on this one. What you think? You got anything else for this one, Knox?
I think I'm good too.
What about you, OG? You got any thoughts for this one?
No, I think we covered everything.
Traffy, how you feeling?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, so that's gonna do it. Teams fully skeeted. That's gonna do it, baby. Chapter 89 of Centuria Propagation. Now jumping into Shangri-La Frontier, chapter 263, Sword Wolf Against Lightning Flame Beast, part 7. Oldra, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I have to say, this chapter was really good for me because I was just not really feeling this arc. And then when we got into this fight, I was like, okay, I see what we were building up to. We're showing off abilities and stuff. The opening of this chapter was crazy because I was like, wait a minute, what? What did they just say? And then they kept saying it throughout the chapter, basically about Saiger 100's chest, and I was like, oh, okay. This is like they're like real life friends because they had kind of, I think, hinted at it, but
they're
they
cousins.
were basically confirming. Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I did not pick up that much. That makes sense. But yeah, she was basically playing psychological warfare, which is very in character because in Yato, you can speak to this. If you're playing people, PvP, you're not just gonna like, face them head on as a warrior. You're gonna like troll them, make them pissed off, and then beat them while they're pissed off and tilted, which is what she was trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this, like, I like the fight, but I was definitely expecting more considering how like kind of hyped up Kyogoku had been for since her introduction to the story. I still think we're gonna get a good showing from her, like in a couple of like later arcs, like if she gets involved in this Dragon Blight situation, and if she gets involved with like a bigger kind of like PvP thing, because there's this whole like new world continent that they haven't gone to yet that Kyogoku has been to, and I'm guessing Saiger's probably been there, but I know Kyogoku's been there. But like this fight, I mean this whole thing has basically been setting up to let Sun Raku kind of like pick apart.
Like I called.
What? No.
Yeah, I called that so long ago.
What?
What'd you call?
That was speak your
That
piece.
Sunraku would be the final fight.
Oh, I mean,
it's
okay.
his manga.
No, don't even go there because Yato kept swearing up and down that Kyo was gonna finish the fight.
I mean,
Oh,
it was
did
a
he?
coin toss. I wanted because I didn't really want to see Sun Raku just like take another W when like there's characters that we haven't seen fight either in a while or ever. So I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense because like they're cousins and they got like this whole family thing.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, yeah, I want to see them, kind of clash and have that be like a major thing. And it's like, I don't hate the fight, but like I'm disappointed just because it kind of got reduced to a comedic thing, and it
Yeah.
was like
Hmm.
not it's not the same as like it's not poop jokes and it's not like Master Roshi humor, but
Yeah.
like she's like talking about her breast size and stuff, so it's like it's kind of like silly dirty humor, but like I don't hate
Hmm.
it, but I was expecting Kyogoku to kind of like hard body this shit to like really show us some shit, so like
Yeah.
she really left a lot in the tank for like future fights and
I
stuff.
did like I normally like don't think that shit like this is funny, but like that last like clash where she's like, okay, guess how big this bitch's titties are, and then she just like stabs the shit out of her, and like
Yeah,
I did laugh at that. But like outside, I think I agree with Yato for the most part that like I don't think that that is a decision that I am the biggest fan of, because like the cliffhanger at of the last chapter is like, all right, I'll have to use that, and it's like, oh,
Hmm.
it's like, oh shit, what's that gonna be? And then it's just like, yo, I know about your boobs, and it's like, oh, all right, well,
I do kind of
So that
worry if Kyogoku is like now gonna be designated as like just a jobber every time they have a
fuck
fight.
no, hell no, I'm
I hope not.
dropping
Well,
this shit.
that's the thing because like they've been hyped up as like they're a PK character, like they were one of the few characters to break the level cap. They're they can wipe out players by themselves, but then when it comes to a real fight, like it's a lot of talk. So the only reason I don't think that's a huge problem yet is this arc seems like one of those arcs where right now it seems kind of pointless. Like, why are we doing this when we already know it's a big fraud? Like, it's a big production that they're putting on. But it seems like the point of this fight in particular is power scaling because if I'm not mistaken, they said Saiger 100 is supposed to be like if not number one, like one of the strongest players in the game. So like to show like uh Pencilgon losing and then Kyogoku losing, maybe the implication is that Kyogoku isn't the number one, but she's like the strongest character after like Sunraku.
So to address a few of those points, the reason that this is no longer like a show they're putting on is because if they win, Saiger 100 still gets all of their information. So she's not going to let them just like fake it and let them win. And then in regards to setting up Kyo as like a jobber character, we just haven't seen enough of her to really assume that because like Pencilgon got beat too without taking anyone down, and the only reason we don't see her as a jobber is because she's been with us throughout the series and
She
we've
has
seen what she can
accomplishments, yeah.
do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyo just hasn't had that time yet, but with her now being a part of the guild,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see that. I don't think they're setting her up as like a specifically jobber-esque
I
character.
get it though,
Yeah.
because like, this is her first like real bout in the series, like against a non-jobber. Because like we saw her like, I don't know, run through um Schwartzwolf's like lil niggas or whatever. Like,
Normies.
yeah,
Yeah.
the normies, yeah, like we saw that, and then and otherwise, like a lot of her writing so far has just been building her up as this great PvPer and swordsman and whatever, what have you. And then her first like 1v1 situation that matters is kind of hinges on this boob joke, and so I kind of get it, but like I definitely think that you don't waste a character design like this and a character archetype like this on someone that you're just going to make comedic relief jobber type
Yeah.
character. So
Yeah, like I'm still hoping that like she's just holding out on stuff because like especially with the chapter title, the what is it, Sword Wolf versus Lightning Flame Beast. Like we never saw
The
like
lightning.
lightning. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
so I'm still fully expecting like in a later arc for us to get like a Yoko Karama type transformation out of her.
oh
Like she pops a damage cooldown and now she's got a cloak of lightning and her sword is on fire, and she's got like a flaming tail or something. Like I'm expecting to see big things from her. I don't think she's gonna be like a jobber who loses every fight, but I do think she's gonna end up being the butt of every joke because like Sunraku and the gang are already like talking shit and laughing at her even before like she lost. And she was like talking about like, she's how I gotta put on a good show because like I know those guys are looking and they're never gonna let me hear the end of it. So like they're probably gonna be talking shit to her at every chance that they get, saying like, I don't know, man, like maybe you shouldn't come with us on this mission, and you should just go like farm fucking squirrels in the backyard or whatever, and raise your level or something, because you kind of got shit on. I can see them just like cracking jokes and shit like that, but like when there's like fights, she will turn up, and they'll maybe even say like, why did you break that shit? Should have brought that shit to Nats, bro. Like, why'd you leave the shit on the table and not bring your skill and everything when it counted in that fucking fight with your cousin? But yeah, the boob joke stuff, like it didn't feel as bad because like it's a girl and like their family, so I didn't hate it. But like this, if this was like a Mineta situation, like everyone would have hated it because it's like because he would have been talking about like, let me see your boobs, and I put that thing on your boob or whatever, and it's like there wasn't any of that. It was just like her trying to throw Saiger off balance by mentioning things, and even mentioned the sister, who's also right there. It was like, you and your sister have fucking put many other girls to shame or whatever. Yeah, you want to know how many girls you and your sister's fresh picked melons plunged into despair at our bathhouse? It's like, yeah, it's just
What's crazy is it sounds like you just made that up, but that is like word for word what's on
Yeah.
the page.
yeah. And like we didn't get any reaction out of Saiger 100 or Saiger 0 from that either, because like they're both there. It's like you and your sister, like she's standing right there. Her sister's right there.
So if Kyo isn't the sword flame beast, is that implying that Sunraku is? I mean, I can understand the beast part because of the mask. But then there's also the decayed bread hair that Sunraku brought back, and Vash had. I, I'm assuming he finished it because he said he wouldn't even have time to take a bath. So he get that new weapon, and I wonder if that's going to be something flame and lightning related, even though it gold came from poison, basically.
Yeah, because if it isn't Sunraku and like he doesn't like pull out a sword, then it's like, did we really just get like this whole title, naming structure for, you know, Kyogoku wasn't even present for like the first four parts of this. Like she didn't start fighting until like part 5, and even then it's like her fight, she got beat, and it was a comical thing. So it's like, is it worth naming, this arc based on her or whatever? Like something else has to happen. Like where's the lightning flame beast, bro? But it being Sanraku, like it could work, but I don't know, man. Also, I think Golden Week is this week, so I saw a tweet or something that said that Weekly Shonen magazine was coming out on Monday. So tomorrow, we're recording this on Sunday, so apparently chapters are coming out tomorrow instead of Tuesday. So we'll be finding out the answers tomorrow, assuming some things aren't on break. I think Ranger's on break, but that might not be accurate because Golden Week changes things. Who knows? I think next week we won't have like Shonen Jump or whatever, like Nobachi and stuff like that next Sunday. But anyway, just getting off topic because we're about to find out the answer most likely tomorrow to like this lightning flame beast situation. But
Let me tell you though, because when I got to that last panel, I was so upset because like I locked in with Sunraku, and then the chapter ends.
bro, that's how weekly Shonen magazine titles be. Like I feel like they always end like, yeah, they'll be like 18 pages, but every chapter always feels like it ends on like page like 13, and there should be like 5 more pages. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like that for a lot of like I remember it felt like that when I was reading Eden Zero. It feels like that when I read fucking Gachi Big Cooter. I don't know if I would say I don't know if I say Ranger does it, but like Shangri-La Frontier, Eden Zero, and Gachi definitely did it a lot. Where it's just like I'm like looking to the next page. I'm like, huh, what?
So to kind of describe that, I don't think Ranger does it because Ranger feels like legitimate cliffhangers. Like, you know, it was
Yeah.
left there on purpose to get your hype up for the next week. Whereas a lot of other series, you know, it genuinely feels like it just cuts off midway through the chapter.
Yeah.
It's a cliffhanger, but not like, and
Not
I'm
your
not saying
traditional.
this in a negative way, but it's like not up to the standard of a proper cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's like they just got a different style of doing cliffhangers, and I only see it over in like these. Like I never see this type of thing in other manga, and somebody will probably tell me I need to read more, or they won't because like there's like 30 people listening to this segment, and everybody that's listening to this segment fucks with me heavy, and they just wouldn't say that. You know, shout out to you guys. But um, yeah, I don't know, man. I only feel it with these. Like when I read anything in like Weekly Shonen Jump, I never get this like feeling like cliffhangers, you know, like you said, they feel like cliffhangers are here. It feels like it's just cut off. Like I'm watching a show and you know, there's 5 minutes left and my mom just comes and unplugs the TV instead. And I'm like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it was a banger. I was definitely locked in. Like I saw that face and I was like, yeah, he in there. Sanraku finna cut up.
Yeah.
One thing
Actually,
I will add. Go ahead.
Oh, this is just real quick. The example you made, it's like perfect because it's the difference between finishing an episode and seeing the credits start and finishing the episode and not seeing the credits. Because one of them, you know, the episode's done. The other one, you're like, is that it?
Yeah. It's like back in the day, you know, like back when we were kids and we were watching like Toonami and shit. It's like you knew the episode was over when you heard the guy go next time on Dragon Ball Z, and like you didn't have to question it. But like if your mom just turns the TV off, and even if the next 5 seconds of the TV show, the episode, the guy was gonna say next time on Dragon Ball Z, you don't have anywhere to go to like find out if you saw the whole episode. You just had to tune in next week and see where it left off from because
Yeah.
like you know we didn't have anime as like easily accessible. We couldn't just go online and be like, yo, was that the end of the episode? You had to go to school and like find out from your homie if you missed something like the next day. If it was a Friday, you were fucking toast. Like we didn't just have this shit like as available as it is now. It was on TV and you missed it, you were fucked. You better hope your fucking VCR recorded it with the TV off or some shit.
Yeah. But you were saying something, OG?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, obviously we didn't just find out about her powers, but when I've been reading this fight, the comparison I can't get out of my mind between the comparison I can't get out of my mind is Saiger 100 and Erza because she literally just summoned swords. Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of the same. Although I will say the one thing I like about these powers is that like there's like a bit of skill involved in like controlling the swords that like she shoots at people. So I do think that speaks to her skills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like it could just be, you know, Oger's a fellow World of Warcraftian, so like
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Death Knights would have like the dancing rune weapon ability and shit. It was like it could be like that, but like no, she's actually like controlling them instead of them just kind of like automatically attacking things. She's
Right.
controlling them. So that's super cool to know that she's like wearing a VR helmet and fucking controlling her body, but also controlling what's now we find out 6 swords. Like
Yeah, we're on like 6.
yeah, and she's holding the 7th. So like, what happens when she just like Sanraku's gonna make her do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sanraku gonna make her pull out fucking 8 swords and start bleeding from her nose.
I was
Some
literally
shit.
just about to say that, bro.
Yeah, like she's just like they're gonna be mid fight. Sanraku's got her doing a bunch of shit, and then she's just gonna log out. They're gonna be like, "What happened?" And then like, fucking Saiger Zero's gonna fucking log out, run upstairs, and then like shoot Sanraku a text message and say like, "My sister passed out. Like, I gotta get her to the hospital."
My sister passed away. She's got blood coming out of her ears and she's convulsing.
She's gonna be like Gojo. She's gonna need reversed cursed energy on her brain.
Oh
Right,
god.
yeah. They just be drinking fucking Riot Cola, so she's probably juiced up on that fucking Code Red Mountain Dew
Riot
right now.
blood. That's such a good name.
Get her
for
on
an
that
Yeah.
energy drink.
ginger ale, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get her some ginger ale.
Toss her a can, yeah.
Make sure tell her to lie. Oh, she's already lying down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I mean, for what it was, good fight.
She's
But
already lying down.
she already laying there. Yeah, she just start cramping and puking blood.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
At
Dude.
least I got my bra size.
The secret is still kept.
Yeah.
You know, side tangent. With the focus on Pencil Gone throughout the story, and her having this supposed sex appeal, it's crazy how much Kyo has outdone her in the short amount of time she's been in the story. Like those pants are carrying so heavily.
Hey.
Yeah, Kyo got the cheeks, man, and the thighs.
The cheekening.
Yeah.
Careful now. Pretty sure these still high schoolers though.
No.
We're talking about
not
the
Kyo.
in-game character.
Even then, no, not Kyo. Kyo and Momo are older, yo.
Oh, okay.
Because they're like
Good to know that
I'm not
Traffy
sure.
doesn't care
No,
as long
no.
as they're in a
I
video
do
game.
care. I do care.
But they're in a video game, so it's fine.
No, because I'm not talking about the actual person. It would be like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
he's
you're
just saying
playing
he likes
Street
the
Fighter
graphics,
6
that's all.
and you're fighting against like Chun-Li. Does
Yeah.
it matter who's playing Chun-Li?
Yeah, because
Did
like I
they
said, my
create
little
the
cousin-
Chun-Li character themselves?
No, it's from Street
Nah.
Fighter. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference here. Like these are characters they created themselves. They're like,
They're definitely older though, because Pencil Gone knows Momo and Kyo like in real life, and Momo is Ray's older sister. Ray is in high school or whatever, but Momo is like adult. Like she's the head of a clan. She ain't got time to be fucking leading the clan and going to school. They're adults.
I was leading
If I
clans in
may-
high school, nigga.
Sunraku
If I
is
may-
17. Katsu is 19.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah.
Well, so I have something to add, but go ahead, Traffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. That was all I found.
I was just gonna say it's interesting that we're having this conversation. I just typed pencil gone. That's it. On Google search, the third thing it's pencil gone VA, pencil gone voice actor. Third thing is pencil gone age.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh
Edge?
no.
Pencil gone. No. Pencil gone age.
Oh, okay.
Not that. No,
Wait. What did Diato say?
I said edge. So like, she's doing JOIs now. Is that what's happening?
Wait, what's JOI?
Yeah, look it up off later. Yeah.
Anyway, last
No.
episode. That's gonna be
Yeah.
a night, folks.
Yeah.
Good night,
yeah.
everybody.
It says she's 24. Yeah.
Oh,
My
okay.
birthday is
okay.
June 13th. That's my grandfather's birthday. That's crazy.
Hey.
She's Gemini, just like me. Tight shit.
Wait, you're a Gemini? I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, June 9 for me.
Hey, May 27, gang.
Oh, you ain't in-
Geminizer.
Oh,
Oh.
Geminizer. He trying to slap the
Yeah. You're trying to put the ER on shit.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, no, you did that. You did that.
What's up, Traff?
No, nothing.
Traffer?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so Traffer, yeah. That's a canon. But yeah, man, I don't know. This was a good chapter. I definitely expected to see more, fucking brutality, ass kickery out of Kyogoku, but we'll get it next time.
Her
So,
time is coming.
Yeah.
It was definitely a bait and switch.
Yeah. And hold on, wait. She said she nerfed her chest, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
is that implying that she got like a boob reduction or some shit?
Well,
no,
not
I
no,
think
like,
the
the
game
implication
character-
is she got, like,
Oh,
teeth.
sure.
yeah. I wonder if like her chest in game was bigger and she made it smaller, or if she just made
No,
it
in
smaller.
real life it's bigger, but she nerfed it in her avatar.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that. I was just saying, like, I wonder if it was bigger, like in game too, and she reduced it, or if like she just started off with a smaller chest in game from like default.
Yeah.
I would.
I
assume
do
from
just have
default.
to. I do just have to say, I think it's funny that we all said, "Oh man, the boob jokes are stupid," and we've spent
The entire
just got-
review
we
has
gotta
been
analyze
the
We got to talk about the boob stuff. Man. It was given to us,
Yeah.
so yeah. So that was a good booby full chapter. Everyone wants to know the measurements. Like even her clan is like, "Did you hear that? Write that shit down." They're like, "Bro, I didn't hear anything." But yeah, Sunraku ain't gonna be able to use that. Like I mean, maybe he could. But he don't know her personally, so like saying boob jokes won't help him. He's not that kind of guy anyway. He'll find some other dirty method to fight her with or whatever.
Facts.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think I'm squeezed out. You got anything else for this one, Traffy?
Nah, I'm skeeted.
What about you, Oger?
Nah, I'm good.
Knox?
Balls drained.
Oh,
We
okay.
freshly squeezed. That was Shangri-La Frontier, chapter 263, Sword Wolf against Lightning Flame Beast, part 7. Now jumping into Ranger Reject, chapter 213. Let's all gather at the Dragon Pit. And Knox, you ain't been here for a while, man. How you been feeling about like the arc or whatever? You got any thoughts? Not even it don't even have to be about this chapter specifically, but like I don't know if you've talked about Ranger since it came back from hiatus. I can't remember if like there's been a chapter since
I think the
that series.
last time that I was here for an episode that had a Ranger chapter, what was the last thing that happened? I think it was I can't even remember honestly. So yeah, it's definitely been. I think there's been like 13 or 10, over 10 new chapters since the last time I've talked about one on the show, which is
Ain't
crazy.
no way you missed 10 chapters.
Well, because like a bunch get translated at once, don't they?
Yeah, I think the last time, like not last week, but like one of the weeks, we definitely talked about 3 or 4 chapters at once.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think I've missed the last at least 3 episodes that have had a Ranger segment,
Okay.
and in that time, I think that I think that there might have been at least like 9 or 10 new chapters since then. I don't know. Either way, it's been forever since I talked about Ranger. It's really fucking good. This is like the final arc, right?
Yeah.
It's a crazy setup for a final arc. Like just how much things have changed since the end of the Super Ultra Sunday battle to now. Like the new status quo is wild, bro. Like Foot Soldier D like in the background building a fucking secret faction of villains, but
Yeah.
like familiar faces that that we know now that the Dragon Keepers have been dissolved and certain characters have died, which is crazy that Chidori's dead.
Yeah.
Chidori's
That's
super dead.
fucking crazy, bro. Like I don't know, like this new status quo is wild. But yeah, just like D recruiting Suzukiri and Usakubo and Soma and Shion to be his like elite four nigga is crazy. Like bro, like you
Yeah.
like looking at D like from the beginning of the series and those first couple of arcs that are all about like this very like high stress subterfuge plot where he can't get found out that he's a foot soldier, and if he does he can just immediately be evaporated by divine dragon energy, created such an insane tone for the series at the start, and it not really losing those stakes throughout almost hundreds of chapters um is wild. But now that we're in this final arc, like these last 2 arcs, I haven't really felt like as big of a threat of D um possibly like that tension kind of like it was gone, but in a good way, you know what I mean? It's not like it was like, oh man, now he's just like a Mary Sue who can't be like harmed or whatever. Negi Harba is still creative enough with the conflicts that D is a part of to where it doesn't feel like he's kind of easy moding it now,
Yeah.
especially because there's just so many moving parts to conflicts that allow for him to not have to like deal with divine dragon energy in a mortal way, like face to face. There's like such chaotic 3, 5, 6 way battles that allow him to kind of like do like hidden fade shit where he's still like relevant in the conflict, but isn't constantly staring down a divine dragon tool with nowhere to go, like it kind of like the threat kind of was in those earlier arcs. But like just where he was at in the beginning to where he's at now, my nigga, he like this is one of the craziest character evolutions like ever to me.
Yeah.
You know
We
what I
haven't
mean?
even seen them.
Yeah, and we haven't even seen him. Like Negi's playing this like in such a cool way to where he's like this puppet master in the shadows, big D, like really, really, really running shit now. You know what I'm saying? In his own kind of way. And this Black Tower plot is just so interesting. And like I'm pretty confused on like a lot of stuff. Like okay, so I have a question: how did Hibiki, real Sakurama, get his arm back? Or getting how did he
Prosthetic.
it's a
Yeah, it's a
prosthetic.
prosthetic.
I must have forgotten
Yeah.
that or whatever. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that was one question that I had. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of like confused on like how does the tower come about again?
We
We don't know that yet.
know. We
Okay.
just know they're coming from the dragon pits.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
and
this is
like
all taking place on the Dragon Vein, which is where the densest collection of divine dragon energy is being channeled through the priestesses, right?
yeah, the
Just
drag.
through the earth.
Yeah,
Oh, but
like
then
the energy.
yeah, but the energy is being consolidated, I guess, by the priestesses. Then, like, what role do they play in it? Like, I remember there was some kind of writing that said
Well,
that.
they don't play a role in it anymore.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think they were like manipulating it or
historically they
whatever.
were, yeah,
Yeah,
historically they were involved, but now, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because they're not a thing
yeah.
anymore. Yeah, yeah, except for
So
Suzukiri, yeah.
here's my question.
Hmm.
I got a few of them. First off, what the fuck did Negi do to Soma? Like, why did he give him this haircut of all haircuts?
It's the Noritoshi
I'm,
Kamo effect, bro.
I'm so mad.
Bro, he's got that fresh like he's got an interview at McDonald's tomorrow haircut. Yeah, like,
I'm fucking with it though. I love when like
I'm
long
not.
haired characters pull up with shorter hair. I feel like that always does something for me. But this drawing of him on page 17 is very bad. Like I'm not gonna lie, like he looks crazy as shit in this panel.
yeah. If the name card wasn't on that previous page for a second, I probably would have been like, "Who is this guy?"
Yep.
Yeah.
My second question. I understand why Shion would join D, but and this is a two-parter. One, why would Soma join D when he was completely disinterested in it? I mean, like we saw like the little threads of hey, this isn't right coming from him, but mostly it was just apathy towards the situation as a whole. The second part of that is the last time we saw Soma, he was carrying around his ice cube Alzome,
Yeah.
and Alzome is not going to work for D. So what happened to her?
Yeah, so that's funny that you say that because I feel the opposite way. I feel like I know why Soma's here, and I don't know why Shion's here. So I feel like Soma is here because he cares about Azome and he wants probably to help the image like with either reverse her somehow or like help make it so that the world doesn't see like invaders as monsters so that she can live a normal life. Like I feel like he wants her to live a normal life without conflict and whatever this is like ultimately it will somehow result in her being able to live, whether it's as an invader or as a human. But I don't understand why Shion would side with D, like in the plot.
So the last time we saw Shion, he did help D. But the primary thing I think with Shion is the fact that his entire character revolved around getting revenge for his brother, and then he found out that the Rangers were the direct cause of the invaders that killed his brother.
Okay.
So he doesn't blame D or the invaders for it. He blames the root cause.
Okay. Yeah, still just it's interesting. Like I really want to know. Like I want these guys to speak. Like hopefully next chapter they're like, "What? Why are you even here? Like Soma, why did you join D? Like you fought against the invaders. Like and I want to hear like what he says.
No, I didn't want to fight against the invaders.
Yeah, but yeah, no, this is tight, man. Like I'm loving like everything about this arc. Like the name, you know, the Black Tower incident. It's a cool name, and then we got like the name for these bad guys. The Elite Four of Evil or whatever, and it's like this really just feels like D. It feels like D is kind of like making a script, and it's like
Yeah.
I feel like he fucks with Hibiki, and he wants to leave like he didn't like the way the story, you know, air quotes, the story ended that Shinya was writing, so he decided to basically craft his own ending and probably found out about the dragon veins if he didn't already know about them. And then like came up with this good plot. Probably heard because you know they had radios and stuff on the fortress. So probably heard that the Dragon Knights weren't doing so well and was like, you know, let's fucking give these guys a real fucking show. Like let's revive the General Knights and give them a banger fucking arc, and then like we'll go off into the sunset or whatever. So it kind of feels like D is setting up like a story arc where he is the big bad and these are his, you know, these are his Espada and he's Aizen. So they gotta like get through these little niggas and then get to him, and then he's the mastermind doing whatever the fuck he's doing. But like, what is he doing?
Yeah, yeah.
What is he
I
doing?
think I think my favorite part of this chapter, though, was the moment we got with X's. Because,
Yeah.
one, it just shows how great of a character Arabe is and how much he's, I wouldn't say developed, because he hasn't necessarily been in the story enough to get development, but just how he's grown as a character. Um, and, just him giving these words of reassurance to X's about how, you know, there's no reason to doubt her because she chose to be there.
Yeah, and like we all know. Well, I don't know if everyone at this point knows that the Rangers, I mean the executives and shit used to be people. I can't remember if that's supposed to be common knowledge now or if like that was just something that was in the know for like D since he saw the flashback. So I don't know if like that shit got broadcasted and everyone knows, but like still like seeing her as just a regular person now, and then Juji being like, we can't fucking trust. What was he talking about? Like Usakubo, she was an executive or whatever in the fucking in the thing, and he's like, yeah, but you were too, bro. And it's like, okay, so like we can't judge people and treat them a certain way based on things that they did in the past. Like everybody's made mistakes, and we were all mistaken and misunderstanding each other, and what we were truly fighting for when we had a common enemy we just didn't know. And so it's like now we're all on the same side. So yeah, everybody's having some really good developmental moments. But like, what the fuck do the dragon veins do, bro? Like, what are these towers gonna do when they're all up? I don't think oh fuck.
Oh, you good?
Oh shit, I'm still recording. I stepped on my headset and it pulled out, so I have no idea. Here we go. Okay, sounds back. I kicked my headset out of the thing, so I couldn't hear anything, and I was like, "Damn, I'm not gonna be able to talk no more." But I forgot my headset is not my mic. But um, in a previous episode, or maybe on Twitter or something, I feel like I said in a previous episode, what this dragon vein thing reminds me of is the like massive transmutation circle from fucking Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm like, once all the veins are up, they're just gonna fucking turn everybody into a fucking invader. Like that's the plan. Maybe
Yo.
it doesn't happen, but like maybe that's the doomsday. Ha ha ha! I'm the final villain. Once the final pillar is up, I'll start the dragon ritual and turn everyone, and they'll have the cameras on D or whatever as he's like on his fortress, and it's everyone within the circle will become an invader, and it's like the thing that Yakushi and Walipan did, but on like a massive scale.
Yeah. And if this
Oh
is the
man,
final
so
arc and D is the final villain of it, even if it is, to play out some kind of script in his mind or whatever, like this is still like ultimately what he was going for since the beginning of like the story, kind of like he was, even though we knew he was really weak um and a lot of his writing ended up being like comedic in that way, like that was still a core aspect of his character, and to see it kind of come to fruition in this final arc just makes a lot of sense and is like a really big full circle moment, I want to say, for Ranger Reject as a whole, because like I just can't help but think about all those times where he's in the Bylong exam arc, like talking to people like, nah man, I'm the bad guy, like I'm a villain, like I'm evil bro, like, and we kind of laugh at
World
it.
domination.
Yeah, like we laugh about it, but like now here we are and it's actually a thing, and it just, I don't know, this is just such a genius story, man, like so like unique and different and just well executed all around.
Yeah.
piggybacking off of Yato's idea, though, what if that is the intentional script? Like everything within this area is supposed to turn into an invader, but the script has Sakurama reversing it, so everyone within the area turns human. This would allow, Alzome to turn back human, and maybe D and all the other invaders.
I like it. Although I want like I feel like the story would have to end with like D still being him, man. Like I'd probably, I don't know how I'd feel if like the story ended and D just was like human. I could see it being a thing where it was like we don't know, because D like the final chapter, like the final page of the chapter shows D in like the form that we initially saw him in, and it's like, did D transform? Like, did D get changed back to human, or is this just him in his human disguise? I can see it being one of
Like
those.
that.
Yeah, I can see it being one of those things where it's up to interpretation. It's like, yeah, D got changed back into a human. It's like, nah, that's just his human disguise. He was out of the range of the blast or whatever. He didn't get transformed. So I can see that being a thing. I do like, because I mean, like, if that is D's plan, like to announce that this is the doomsday, attack, it's like, yeah, the good guys are here to thwart that plan. It makes sense. It's like this is good television. It gets people fucking with the General Knights again. Oh my God, they're our heroes. And then it gives, like that can spark, more content ideas for like their series as a whole or whatever, and just help them thrive or whatever. But yeah, I feel like that's a good like send off for D. A good story that wasn't written by Shinya. He's not playing into anyone's hands or doing what anyone else, decided for him to do. He made this shit up on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we in for some peak, man. It's a lot of cool shit happening, and we still don't know what the fuck D's leg does, man.
Oh yeah,
We better find out before the end of the series too.
please.
Yeah, but also like, so I'm guessing like earlier in the chapter, like when Usakubo and Hisui are like facing off, and she goes, "Divine judgment is at hand. Let's put this on hold. See you again. We are." And then like it flashes or whatever. I'm guessing she makes the pillar rise, or like it happens at that point, because like the next thing, like it starts rumbling. X's is looking at like the locks or something, or like the wall. And then like the next thing we know, the pillar is up. So maybe she either summoned the pillar, or she knew where the pillar was going to be and was kind of like making sure the coast was clear or something. But like, what is happening, man? And what's the deal with these pillars?
I don't know. We just don't have enough information at the moment.
Yeah, it's crazy. I do like the this one page. What is it? Page 9. When it's talking about Peltrola's attack, the IRA chaos. They're talking about D basically being involved in everything. Peltrola's attack, the IRA chaos, the whole escape act, and then the Super Sunday battle. He was always there during every big moment, during every big conflict in recent memory. And there's like this swirl behind the speech bubble, because remember they called D the Eye of the Storm like previously. So it's like this is kind of like that same kind of imagery type shit, or maybe it's like the drop. He's the stone that dropped in the water that caused all the ripples. Like D has been involved everywhere. Even if he's not behind all this, there's no way he's not gonna fucking get involved.
Yeah. And the crazy part about that is D can literally be involved in everything because he can, shapeshift. Like he can just blend in.
Yeah, like he could be there already. Like he could be one of them. It's nuts. Also, another thing is I love Negi for this, because he always does the thing where I say like, you could easily just hand wave it and go like, yada yada, whatever, or like forget about it. But like the fact that Shinya came back and was talking to Juji and was like, you got to go look into the dream world because Peltrola's out here and like something's wrong. Like he escaped somehow, but we were talking about like how Peltrola would have gotten out. It was like Juji wouldn't have just let Peltrola free, like, oh yeah, you're free to go, you did good. So we get confirmation that to him, like, not only was the Peltrola that was in there not dead, but this Peltrola either broke out or this is another Peltrola.
Yeah, I still think it was a clone.
Yeah. And like
I feel like there's definitely one still locked in there.
Bruh, if he opens it, I mean, Peltrola, he said he can clone himself like and fucking unlimited times as far as I remember. But like, if there is now some limit, like it's just these two left, and like they free, excuse me, they free this other one by mistake, like just to check, like, oh yeah, make sure he's in there, and then he like busts out somehow, then that's crazy. Then we got two Peltrolas on the run. There's so much that can happen, man. Like we're in the final arc, but like,
how long will it be?
Yeah, I feel like we definitely gotta be in for another 30 ball at least, man.
Yeah,
it better be. I need more.
Yeah, I just needed to last all of 26.
It could end with a cool 250.
Yeah, give me about. I'm cool. I don't want to go too long. Don't overstay the welcome, and don't get to a point. Don't live to see yourself become the villain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I 250, that'd be perfect for me.
400.
You sick? Yeah, no, but yeah, I was definitely feeling things when these guys popped out. I don't know what this vortex ability is though, like, cause excuse me, the teleport duo is dead, so I don't know how they're like teleporting here, Shion and Soma. but maybe that'll get explained. Maybe there's some other tool or something.
Or they just walked up, drove up.
No, there's like a portal appearing.
Is there?
Yeah, on 15
I didn't
under
even
their
see the
feet.
portal. Hold on.
Yeah, when she says, "Are you ready for?"
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah, we have a full team here today, and then whoom, whoom, and they both fucking fall out.
I wonder. My only assumption would be Suzukiri.
Yeah,
Like she's using the power of the divine dragons.
yeah. That's another thing. Where she's got all 5 weapons, so like, where are they?
She's not gonna bring them with her.
Yeah, true,
That's
but
her
like,
family. She's gonna keep them safe.
sure, but like, none of them are visible. So like, what? I'm just. What are they gonna do? What's about to happen here?
Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling.
Yeah. And then is somebody else like if the rest of the gang is at the other dragon pit, like are more people about to pull up there to like fight? Is there about to be a fight on both fronts, or what?
Probably. And this is probably the fight's gonna go on for several chapters, probably.
Real graps.
Real graps, yeah. And I mean, it's still a lot of characters, man. Like we still got Sosei and Momiji out here vibing. Sosei's trying to figure out what's going on, and like Peltrola's out there. We know at least one Peltrola's out there. It's like I just want to know, man.
Yeah, same.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like we got a break next week, so we probably won't be finding nothing out for 2 or 3 weeks.
No.
No.
But Ranger, as always, hits, baby.
The hittening.
Negi has been writing the hell out of this, and I'm a believer, man. I believe that he's just gonna deliver, and then
Bitter believer.
and then we're gonna get his Hunter x Hunter in like 2 years.
Please.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I'm squeezed out. You got anything else for this one, Trav?
Nah, I'm skeeted.
What about you, Knox?
I'm Gucci.
Yeah, so I think we squeezed all we got for this one. We'll be back to talk about Ranger at a later date when there's more chapters. If we forgot anything, you know what to do, baby. Let us know down below. This was Ranger Reject Chapter 213. Let's all gather at the Dragon Pit. Now jumping into Ichi the Witch, 80th Hunt Trader. And let's see, Knox, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, shit's fire. We were just talking about in the last Kinato review that I was on anyway. I think I missed the last episode, but there I brought up how I don't remember the last time there was like a big like female antagonist or villain in one of these stories, and I think the last one I said I remembered was Estet from Akame got killed, but then someone in the comments reminded me of Morena from Hunter x Hunter, which is like, why the fuck did I not remember that? But now we have another one. And
Yeah.
and I love that that's what's going on here in Ichi the Witch. There's probably a lot more examples that I'm just spacing on. But I still want to say it's not very common, and I love whenever it happens.
Yeah, it's definitely not common. And I almost stopped you because like I was like, does he know we're talking about Ichi? When you were like, we talked about it in the last Kinato segment, I was like, I'm gonna let him cook. Okay, we talking about Ichi. We here.
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
So I am rock solid on my theory about what's gonna happen.
That sentence. I'm so glad you finished that sentence.
Bro, the synchronicity of me and Yato's was just fucking.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, we were like, huh?
Nigga took a
Anyways.
rhino pill before that thing.
Put the honey pack down, man. We got manga to review.
Oh my god. I got some of those in the house, but anyway,
I bet you do.
yeah.
Blue Chew subscription.
no. But so last week I said that the interactions between Fujimine and Ichi are going to be interesting because I'm assuming that once they meet they're going to have a relationship similar to Toga and Midoriya, but where that becomes much more unique in Ichi's case is Ichi senses danger based off of bloodlust. If she doesn't have any bloodlust towards him, it's just love, but her own special kind of love similar to Toga. She's going to be essentially an invisible adversary to Ichi.
Oh, sure. There's also a similar dynamic to this in an earlier arc of Goku Rakugai too. If you read that, there was like a similar
I do not.
main character, and then like this crazy like woman who loves you so much she kills you type character. And yeah,
Yeah.
that was going on. I can't remember how long ago in Goku Rakugai. It's been a while since I read that shit, but I think that's another woman villain too. That counts. Wow. Anyway,
Yeah, I think there was a woman villain in that. It's rare, but like we get them every now and then. It's
Yeah.
not frequently enough. I mean, we had like Makima and shit too, but it's just
yeah.
um,
Oh,
it just don't.
duh!
Yeah.
God
Can't
damn
believe we
it!
didn't think
Wait,
about that
there's
one
like
either.
literally 3 in Chainsaw Man alone. Like Retse's one too, right?
Yeah, and then I mean we had
Rete, Santa Claus, technically Asa, Yoru,
Yeah,
the Falling Devil.
yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
and then like we had a couple in Make the Exorcist Fall in Love too. Like
Oh my
Lust.
God! Yeah, dude. Shit.
Yeah,
Wait,
There's
why were,
actually
like,
so
all of
many.
why were all of the villains just about in Chainsaw Man women?
I was gonna say that too.
because Fujimoto wants to be stepped on. That's
Yeah,
his thing.
Fujimoto's a sub,
You know what,
hardcore
fair.
sub. Yeah,
Yeah, he was super sub. So
yeah. It's like Quentin
That was his
Tarantino on
thing.
steroids, bro.
yeah. So, but yeah, I'm glad, man. Like it's been something that we've been needing, human bad guy interaction. So like this is super interesting. My first thought when I saw this Toxic Terror magic though was the fucking Mimikyu Pokemon. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a ghost Pikachu thing.
Mhm.
I don't know. I didn't play the Pokemon game when that one was a thing, but I
It
think
is getting
like,
that though.
yeah, it's like super creepy, fucking bag on its head, kind of like octopus type shit going on, and like then we find out this thing was actually not, here for war, and it's like I don't want to like harm the environment and hurt people, and people can't. I can't let people acquire me because like it would allow them to do really bad things. So like
It's a
I come in
wholesome
peace.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you just call the very clear jellyfish an octopus?
Okay. Yeah. Whatever. I just
Well,
saw
the Toxiterror, along
cephalopod.
with the design, it's jellyfish. It's not.
It's
You're right.
giving
I made it
jellyfish.
sound like it was a bigger deal than it was. but
Yeah,
it's
you're like,
not. I just wanted to
actually,
point
it's a
that out.
jellyfish. I just need to talk all that.
We are not prejudiced against marine life creatures here. on the Shonen Pulse channel.
Calm down, Jotaro Kujo, marine biology ass nigga. Yo.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm liking this character, but like this chapter, it was good, but it made me question just like like obviously I don't have any like worry or fear for like the series at all, but this is the kind of move if it is like going the straight and narrow, like if it is exactly what it is saying that it is, then this is the type of chapter that you would see in a series like as it's kind of like wrapping up where like you go like there's a traitor in your midst and we're gonna find him, and like at the end of the chapter it goes this person is the traitor, and it's like
Yeah, you're not gonna let that marinate.
yeah, like you're
Yeah.
not gonna give us like time to cook, like
Yeah,
yeah, I
'cause
mean
that's one of the
yeah.
things that's so fun about trader plots is that
Yeah.
you get to fucking do the who done it, theory
You look around
crafting.
at each character and
Yeah.
be like, they're kind of acting funny. Maybe they're the traitor. Like,
Yeah, like look
you
at how
know,
this nigga's drawn in this panel. What if it's and it's like
Oh my God.
you don't get to do that with this because they just tell you at the end of the chapter, which obviously we trust Osamu Nishi to not get to not be axed in this story with Nishizaki. We know it's safe or whatever, but that is a good point that you made about how typically you do see it kind of go that fast in stories that end up getting axed. Yeah.
Wait, what if? Okay, listen to me here. What if her magic, the toxin, she can change it to whatever properties or effects she would want it to have? So the bullet witch isn't an actual traitor; it's like a love potion.
Oh. Wait.
wait,
You
That's a
think she's under? You think she's under
possibility.
mind control?
I do. I don't know why, but I even thought
That'd be a
that when
cool
I first
twist.
read the chapter, because the final page where it's like Amadoro, consider it done, my friend. I don't know, just the way "consider it done, my friend" was written, it felt so like scripted almost.
yeah,
Yeah, and she's
Like
saying like my
robotic, I
sweetest
guess.
friend too. Like it might have, honestly, that would be a really cool twist. Now I'm like looking at the drawing of Amadoro, and trying to see
So
if I can see any like visual hints in like her facial expression or something like that. It's like,
so now that we have the Discord set up, people have been talking about the chapter in the Discord, and so there was a conversation where, like, one of our viewers and supporters, Janice Marie, if I'm saying the name right, she be hitting us up sometimes, posted a picture, a couple of pictures actually, but there was one where Amadoro, Ribbon Candy, previous, like, I don't remember how many chapters ago, but like they did say at some point a while ago, like they posted a picture of this character like holding a cup and going like, I have a tea party that day, and then a spot of target practice at the range. So like maybe the tea party is where they kind of like meet up with this other character. This what's her name, Lumine or whatever. Where is it? Fujimine.
Fujimine.
Yeah, so like maybe they were like at the tea party with Fujimine and like the world hater at some point, or maybe just Fujimine. They had like a tea date or something. But um yeah, I think it's odd to go this route if Amaduro truly is the only traitor and it's not a decoy. I feel like it's very possible that it's a decoy, and either they're mind controlled and there's another traitor, or like there's more traitors. But like my first thought when I was reading it before I got to the end and they revealed it was like, okay, like on this page where they show all the witches and they say like the traitor is one of the full-fledged witches of the Mantonel Association. We see, Discars, Moneygold, Togi Ice, Shirbadana, a bunch of characters, and I'm thinking like it's none of them. And my thought immediately was that it would be someone like Spica, because like we know her a little bit or whatever. And my thought was that for a traitor plot, I feel like it would hit more if it's a character that we somewhat know. We don't know anything about Amadoro, so like to have her suddenly be a traitor doesn't move me in any way, because like I don't know anything about you already. Like, the traitor betrayals, they hurt when like you know the person. Like I don't feel betrayed. But
yeah,
like
Yeah, and I think that would help the mind control theory a bit more because, you don't need backstory if someone is just being mind controlled into doing actions.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, that's a
And
really good point.
also to your visual representation, I don't know if it's the glasses or just wasn't paid attention to. In the spread that she's in, the Bullet Witch, her eyes look white or at least a lighter color. And then on the final page, or final pages, her eyes are dark like Fujimine's.
Oh, sure. Wow. I think you're onto
oh
something,
yeah,
man.
they do have a dot in the middle like
Yo,
Fujimine's does.
yeah, I really do think that you're spot on now, especially with that, because I was looking for that exact kind of visual detail a couple minutes ago, on that last page, and yeah, you definitely found it. Good job.
Yeah, every other picture I looked up of her, the glasses are pitch black, so there's no way to tell before this point.
Yeah, I think they're definitely trying to drive home something with the eyes, or at least make us think that there's something going on with the eyes. Like it's not gonna be black and white. Like they're not gonna make it super obvious if this is kind of a misdirection. But like I don't know, just
But you are
it,
right. If you're gonna do a traitor plot, you should probably build up some kind of emotional connection to the character you're eventually going to reveal as the traitor
yeah.
before you do that. You know what I mean? For the
And like
audience, yeah.
it can still work in a way similar to My Hero Academia, where it was like all of us as readers knew that Dabi was Toya, but the characters didn't know, and
That's
so
right.
like we got to see everyone else's. All the other characters learn this information and how they like handled it and processed it. So it was like we could still get that, but like now, if Amadoro truly is the traitor, we will never get a situation where like Ichi goes into a room with Shirobadana and we go like, oh man, should we be worried about Ichi? Is it Shirobadana? Or like if Ichi
Yeah,
goes into a room alone with Money Gold, like we'll never have like that assumption. Like we'll never question anyone because we know that it's Amadoro. So like if Ichi and Amadoro come within yards of each other, then it's like, oh shit, something's about to happen. But like as long as she's never in the picture, we don't have any reasons to suspect anyone being in any danger unless there's another traitor that we don't know about, and that we're kind of getting the wool pulled over our eyes or whatever in this
sure.
case.
Yeah, so I'm I want to make this very clear. I'm not giving suggestions to fix the manga. I think it's fine as it is. But imagine these last two pages. You have Fujimine talking to whoever the traitor is, and then instead of the final reveal of it being Amadoro, the final page is like a silhouetted figure that you can't really tell who it is.
Yeah.
It has the same effect, but it keeps the traitor a mystery.
But these character
Yeah.
designs are like so
Well,
yeah.
not fully silhouetted, like have them like silhouetted in a dark room or something, just looking
Yeah.
sinister.
Oh sure, yeah.
Like the neighborhood watch sign, yeah. The
Yeah,
black dude on the book.
yeah. Yeah, just enough
Yeah.
obfuscation or whatever that word is.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit, you
mean,
could have even shown like a glint from the glasses, and then now you're like, oh, is this, the Bullet Witch or is it Toge Ice?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And just like when they were talking about, where is it? They're talking about do you really think there's a traitor in Mangonel? If so, if there is, I doubt they escaped the Oriate witch. Isn't that Shirbadana with her eye Oriate or whatever? That's her like witch title.
Wait, I thought that was Money Gold.
Is it? I don't think so. Let me see. I thought it was Shirbadana because
No,
she's the one.
Shirobadana's the analysis.
Yeah,
witch.
she's analysis, yeah.
Okay. Ichi the Witch Oriate. Witch. Who is that? Is that my? Oh, it is Money Gold. So what the fuck is Oriate? I thought that was. I don't know what that word means. I thought I did.
Aren't you? You're on Google right now.
Yeah, I'm hitting it up now. Oriate. Um, denoting. Oh, okay. Made of or having the color of gold. Okay.
Oh, I think we
So
looked that up
that's-
before. Actually, I think I remember. I have a memory of us on the show looking that shit up.
Probably. And I mean, gold isn't her name, but still. So, do you really think there's a traitor? If so, I doubt they'd escape the Orient, which is noticed for long, which means it's not impossible that she's covering for them. And I mean, somebody pointed out that this is Money Gold on this shot where Fujimine has like attacked or whatever, and the one where she revolted, she's got the magic gem, and then this bottom left panel of a girl like bleeding down on the ground. They're saying that that's Money Gold, like back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I thought
think-
too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I do like. I like that they gave her. They said how much she's done. I mean, we still gotta see her do stuff, but they said that she's killed thousands. 57 association members, 3 magic keepers were killed. She acquired the Toxiterra magic. Ever since then, she remained in the shower, using her magic to commit and abet others in violent crime. By now, the number of victims she has is well over 1,000. So yeah, she's a despicable human that needs to be fucking removed at all costs because she's killed thousands of people. And it's like, I hope we get to see her do something, like at least kill. Not saying she needs to kill fucking Goku Raku or something, but like, I don't want it to be a situation where it's like, yeah, this person's super dangerous, and then she does nothing to harm like anyone in our, from what we see.
Yeah,
whatever.
villains should accomplish. Obviously, a villain isn't ever going to, or at least most of the time, never going to complete their doomsday device and like fire it off, or like actually do their main goal before being defeated. Typically, like I want to say like 95% of the time they get thwarted, but in the meantime, they should have significant accomplishments as villains to help sell the threat of the villain. So it's not just a character that was all talk at the end of the day type shit.
Yeah. Happy for
I
myself.
am super curious about Fujimine's backstory though, because like what caused this? From the panel on another fateful day of a fateful month years later, Mangonel Witches Association, which Fujimine revolted. So she was a part of the Witches Association, and then what happened that made her kill a bunch of witches and then become an associate with the World Hater Magic? It feels like this has something to do with the humanity as a whole. Something happened to her to where she blames humanity while she was a witch. And so I'm super curious about what that was, because I feel like it probably has something to do with the magic keepers, since they're so involved in this specific investigation. I know she's killed a bunch of people, but same thing.
Yeah, definitely very interested to see what kind of is the trigger for her downfall or whatever, because she was, you know, in the Mantonelle Witches Association. Now she's this villain, so I definitely would love to see the writing for that hamartia moment for her. But I mean, I don't think it would be anything like some kind of ideological clash, because she seems like she's just a fucking psychopath now. Like, was she always like this? Was there like some kind of traumatic event that just like broke her brain?
Something. I
Like,
feel like something snapped with her.
yeah,
Just to
something
look-
I
has
mean-
to have snapped in her. Like,
That's possible, but me and Yato also did make well, I guess the relation had already been made between Fujimine and Amy from Iruma. So maybe she was just born evil.
yeah.
okay, then why wouldn't they be able to kind of, before she advanced as far as she did in the Mantonelle Witches Association, wouldn't they have been able to clock that?
I mean,
Maybe she
Amy
was-
hid it, like his demonic intent with the school, so I would assume, you know, a witch would be able to do the same if it's following the same kind of story structure.
Yeah,
As
maybe
what?
she just is Iruma.
Oh,
Because there's a
okay.
character in Iruma that's similar.
Oh wait,
Hmm.
I'm 150 chapters in. I think I've met that character, right?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
guy with
yeah.
the glasses.
Oh yeah, okay, yep. I
The guy with
remember.
the glasses. Who
That's
was
who I
like-
was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like maybe she just hid her, you know, her bloodlust and magic or malice and shit like that until like the perfect moment came. Like maybe they were doing a thing where it was like, we you know, clean the Toxitera's fucking glass in shifts, and today is her day. And, you know,
Yeah.
on Wednesday when it was her job to clean the tank, she was like, all right, time to die, and
Yeah.
just started like killing everybody or
So
whatever.
maybe she always wanted to join the Mantonelles Association, you know, with this evil plot like in mind, and then she was just waiting for the right magic to come around that she could acquire, and then, you know,
Yeah.
because they have, you know, more resources and more access to, you know, to all of these magics as the main magic hunting force in society. It seems like I could use them into. It's kind of like Blackbeard. Like where Blackbeard was like on
Yeah.
the, you know, with the Whitebeard pirates, like just waiting for like a certain kind of fruit to show up, and rolled with, you know, one of the strongest crews, just because the likelihood that they would come across, you know, something like that is just higher when you have a team that's that strong or whatever.
Yeah, and it was like
Oh.
if they ever do get close to like beating, you know, the world hater, like I'd rather be on his side. So like I'll just backstab my allies and you know, walk over to him.
Yeah.
So, important point that we haven't talked about at this chapter is it did explain a bit more into the magic system. It's quick, but you know it's a good piece of information. Once a magic is acquired, witches can share their chant with other witches at will. If I'm acquired and my chant shared, it could lead to terrible disaster. That is very interesting for, you know, further developing the magic system in this world.
Yeah.
Because now that means that if Ichi is like, hey, this is how you use Ororo's magic, someone else could use it.
Yeah, and like
In
but
some
didn't-
capacity, yeah. But
Didn't they do that kind of like in the first chapter too? Like Ichi Discaris like told him, I guess at the time it was like, oh yeah, this is just like a basic magic, you know, word or whatever,
Yeah.
hocus pocus, but maybe that was actually like a chant from another magic instead of just like basic all-purpose general magic ability.
now I kind of want
Yeah,
to go back
yeah.
and read that and see that application there. But one thing that I thought of when you just read that line of dialogue, Traffy, is that like maybe that's like a conditional like trigger for this mind control aspect of whatever magic she's using. Is like if she has somebody else like chant the magic, then they're under her spell or some shit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just thought about that when you were reading that. I mean, I just love that. I just love that idea that she's being mind controlled by Fujimine, and I love the evidence that you brought forward for that in this chapter.
Oh, well, thank you. Finally giving me some flowers.
Yep, and this is the only
Fuck
time.
no.
It's probably the only time it'll ever happen. So.
Rip the guy. OG, you
Cherish
there? You
it.
muted?
No, I'm good. I
Make sure you
actually
weren't
kind
muted.
of like that they rushed well, not rushed, but they like kind of sped up the whole trader thing, because I mean the only other comparison I can think of is like in Chainsaw Man, not to get into spoilers, but like the stuff with the
That shit's
fake
over and
chainsaw.
bad. You're good.
No, okay. Well, the stuff with fake chainsaw, it was like set up and like it was just lingering there, and then all of that time just built up to like nothing. So I kind of like that it's like pretty much addressed as fast as it's like
But
proposed.
it doesn't have to
Um,
be bad just because the traitor reveal is
Yeah.
dragged out, though. Like we've seen this like
no,
successfully
no.
accomplished in other stories too. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if it's not gonna be a big plot point, then like, it's not the kind of thing that like necessarily needs to take place over like I don't know 20 chapters or like even 10 chapters. So
Yeah.
like it feels like it's being addressed this quickly because it wasn't a big plot point to
Or
begin
it's
with.
like Traffy said, and it's because she's not really a traitor. She's just under fucking Fujimine mind
Right,
control.
Yeah.
Because,
exactly.
and this is just going back to what Yato was saying earlier. It's like, if this isn't mind control, then I feel like a better decision, storytelling wise, would be to have us spend time with all of these upper level witches that could eventually be revealed to be a traitor before you do that, so that the audience has some kind of emotional stake in it. And even going back to what Yato was saying after that about how like the Dabi Toya reveal in My Hero Academia wasn't really for the audience because it was obvious to us. It was more for the characters and how they would react and process it. That was still hundreds of chapters into the story. You know what I mean? So we had
Hmm.
spent a great amount of time, a good amount of time with the characters that would be affected by that reveal, and we're less than 100 into Ichi the Witch, and haven't spent like they've never even brought up this character like outside of like the first double page spread that we saw
Right.
with all the like yeah, like they never mentioned the Bullet Witch again. I don't think, you know,
It's
nobody has history, you know, with her that's been shown in any capacity. So I feel like it has to be mind control, otherwise I'm going to be like raising an eyebrow at the decision there.
It's also totally possible that like this plot kind of gets introduced, and maybe there is like maybe you know, say she is mind controlled, or say she is really the thing, you know, the traitor. But what if there's like another, like what if somebody is mind controlled but she's truly the traitor, and there's, you know, there's Fujimine, Bullet Witch, and somebody else. So maybe they have like a guy take the fall, basically. Like who's to say that this plot thing has to get wrapped up immediately? Like we could very possibly not see Ichi and the Bullet Witch like come anywhere near each other for the next, you know, 50 chapters, and then when it does happen, it's like
Yeah,
we know she's the traitor. But like
yeah,
for the next like 2 or 3 arcs, Ichi could be somewhere way different. Like he could go and, you know, assist the Magic Keepers with something. Maybe they do catch someone who's acting kind of funny, and then everybody's like, okay, you know, we got the guy who's the traitor, so like we're gonna do some questioning, and then like while that happens, you know, Discaris and them are like, okay, that's a job well done. Let's go hunt another magic. And then like when they come back, like the Bullet Witch is waiting for them, and they're like, oh my god, she's the traitor. Like we know, but like, you know, she's like, hey, welcome back home, guys. And like us as readers are like, no, this is bad.
but
But like,
also like she's making a huge commotion that everyone is noticing right now. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So like it's not like she can, whatever she's like, trying to do, she's not gonna be able to get away with it without anyone knowing that she did it. And especially the weapon that she's using, it's obviously her attack if they know this
yeah,
character at all. So she's not going like this isn't very subtle. Like she's crashing out actually, like
yeah,
at home base. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So like everything that the longer this conversation goes on, the more sense it makes that she does not have her wits about her.
yeah. Because just whipping out a minigun and shooting at a mirror, and like you're supposed to be the traitor, like you're not doing
Yeah.
a great job at like keeping it a secret, buddy.
Unless now,
Yeah.
unless now is the time where it doesn't matter if it's a secret anymore, because the
Yeah,
plot, the
Well,
goal of the villain.
Fujimine's
Yeah.
definitely heading there. Like you can see her in her little flying T-set thing going towards the city.
Right.
yeah. So maybe this is like some sort, like they're starting their pincer attack or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you cause a commotion over here. I'll sneak in through the back door
Yeah.
while the Magic Keepers are rushing over to you. And then you know, I don't know, you can lie and say like somebody attacked me and I fired at them with a gun, and now they're like looking for somebody who doesn't exist or whatever.
Yeah.
While Fujimine like sneaks in or some shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways it can go.
Sure is.
Yeah. Really good chapter. I feel like I had some more thoughts for this one, but I'm just flipping through. And I can't really remember. But yeah, it also could be. I mean, it's like, you know, the same thing happened with Billy and Undead Unluck. We got his like traitor reveal thing like immediately. Like they were like, "There's a traitor," and I think the Billy came out and was like, "It's me," like immediately or like within 3 chapters or something.
Yeah, his like retroactive, like the writing that he received after the fact. I feel like it's I can't think of any other examples where this has been done as effectively as an Undead Unluck, but I want to say it's risky to do a traitor reveal, not give any kind of emotional stake to the character prior, and having it just kind of like come out of nowhere before we even know the character like that, or how they relate to other characters even.
Yeah.
But the way that Undead Unluck handled that after the fact was just so well done that it completely negates any kind of issue that at least I had with the way that the traitor reveal was first kind of delivered to us. Because like it's just such a different story where there's multiple timelines and like like he's just such a good character writer at the end of the day too, like and always knew how these characters were related to each other and like what history they had, and so the potency of the writing that came out afterwards that kind of tied everything up ended up making everything feel really good anyway. I want to say that that's a risky move though if you're a lesser writer.
No, I think about it more. It's like this is kind of reminding me of like that My Hero Academia chapter where like the cliffhanger was Bakugo getting like stabbed to death,
Yeah.
and then Twitter going like, "Oh my God, Bakugo dead!" And it's like, have you niggas never seen a cliffhanger before? Like
Yeah.
he's not dead. He's not gonna be
Literally.
permanently dead. Like the point was to make you think that and like flip out and whatever, and then he's gonna be fine in a couple weeks. So now I'm kind of feeling like that's what's happening here. Like in a week or two, I'm gonna be like, well, duh, of course it wasn't Amadoro. Like this was they left it ended the chapter like this so we would think that and fucking go crazy and lose our minds and say shit like
Yeah.
this doesn't feel right, and it's obvious that it's somebody else.
Yeah, it could be, but I mean, I'm glad that Traffy, threw that mind control idea out right here on the show. So if we do get some switch up shit like that later, we could be like, yeah, but we called this first. So
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, good chapter. Obviously, can't wait for the next one. I'm getting big like excuse me. For the cover page, I'm getting huge like magical girl fucking like anime vibes. Those like super violent magical girl animes that be coming out or whatever. This kind of vibes I'm getting off this like character art for her just standing there or whatever. I can't wait to just see what else she can do because
yeah,
like she acquired the Toxicera magic, but like what does she do to beat its ass? What else can she do? And
yeah.
like how does she
What other
like
magics does she have?
yeah, because like to beat all these witches, 57 association members and 3 magic keepers were killed in her initial attack. She acquired the magic and then she escaped. So she killed 60 people, got the magic, bounced, and then has just been, spreading her influence, and that has led to thousands more dying. But like, what did she do on that first day? I can't wait to get her backstory.
Hmm.
Hopefully, we see, we get like the Fujimine like Seitei War flashback type shit. Like we see the events of that day, maybe through Money Gold's eyes or whatever. But like,
Yeah, that's got to be like the biggest fucking terroristic like attack like situation that the Manzanella Witches Association has seen so far.
yeah,
Like, yeah, that seems like a really big deal. But
yeah. So next week, boys, you got anything else for this one, Oger?
No, that's pretty much it for me.
What about you, Traffy
No, I'm good.
and Knox?
I'm Gucci.
Okay. If we forgot anything, guys, let us know down in the comments. I know you will. So that's going to do it for Ichi the Witch, 80th Hunt Trader. Now jumping into Kinato's Magic, Chapter 13, Recovery. And Traffy, how you feeling, man?
Like, I gotta address the most important part of this chapter. Well, what's going on with this freaky ass nurse? What do you mean you have tentacles and you need to straddle someone to heal them?
Yeah,
I need it.
she's been
I didn't say I didn't, but
I'm
she
breaking
been-
bones every day.
she's been on those porn sites for sure.
So have I.
like that is all right.
Also, just the way she sits on Kinato when she goes to heal him, like she can't just stand by the bed. She's got to be like, all right, let me just get up here real quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, but so this chapter, I like what this chapter did because we've had our complaints with how the previous arc ended, um, but starting this chapter off with a talk between Kinato and his childhood best friend and how she's worried about his health and blaming herself for encouraging him to do something dangerous, it kind of took my mind off of the end of the previous arc. Like it just felt like it was a very down to earth moment, and why that's important is it goes from that into this lighthearted moment with the nurse. I guess her name is Kuriha, and then we go into basically them talking about what happened at the end of the arc, and those moments allow everything to flow more into, hey, I'm sorry I wasn't good enough or strong enough, from each of the characters, because if it would have started with that, it would have felt very jarring.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And it's very so Kuriha. There's a is that like a name that's like associated with doctors? I wonder, like
Yeah,
in
because like
because
there's
there's another Doctor Kuriha in like One Piece too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I just like I don't know if two is enough for there to be like any real pattern, but it did make me think about that. I probably could have looked it up, but I did think about One Piece right away when I saw that.
Crimson Leaf, Evening Feather, or Autumn Leaf.
Okay,
Okay, it's just a coincidence that their names are similar.
yeah, I mean there could
Yeah.
be some other kind of like
The inspiration. We've
yeah.
we've mentioned how Kinato felt like, as long as the story keeps going strong, it could be the next One Piece, or not the next One Piece,
Oh,
but
My Hero.
One Piece adjacent.
oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people are comparing it to My Hero.
Yeah,
Yeah, that too. There's
especially
been a
in
lot
this.
of
Yeah, these
comparisons.
last couple chapters where he uses his ability on himself and then powers up his body, and then but his body isn't strong enough to handle the damage output or whatever, and it causes him to like break his body by using his power. That's very Deku-esque. But then there's also this scene with the doctor where she's like, "Yo, if you do that shit, like you'll never be able to do magic again. So like chill and." Or figure out how to use it safely or whatever. That's like another scene that has a direct My Hero Academia um, equivalent, because that's what happens after Deku uses 100% or whatever too many times and then comes back. And then what's the doctor that has the power to like kiss you and heal you or whatever?
I forget.
Anyway, she says the same
Healing
thing.
Lady or something.
Yeah, exactly. But like she says the same thing to him. She's like, yo, if you keep doing this, like, I can only heal you so much, and quirk healing abilities can only do so much. Like if you keep doing this, you're going to make it to where you can't use your power at all anymore. And that kind of goes into why he develops the shoot style too, I think,
Yeah.
is because he could take focus off of his fists. Yeah.
And the same thing happened, prior to that too with Naruto. It's like this
Oh,
is
right.
something that we've been kind of like talking about for a while with this series, and it's like ever since, like even before he actually did the full power thing, I was saying that like I feel like he's gonna do something, and like if he does, do his power, he'll get told like, oh yeah, don't do that anymore because like you need to get stronger. And like Naruto, when he first did the Rasen Shuriken, they were like, yeah, you just destroyed like 1,000 of your cells, so like don't do that shit no more. So the characters, they always get told like you shouldn't do that when they fucking rush head first and do something that they've never done before.
Yeah.
And then it's like don't do that ever again unless you bulk up, and then the character either bulks up or changes like the way they fight. So it's like
It's just always after they fuck their body up and they're in the infirmary or the infirmary or wait,
Infirmary.
infirmary. They're in the fucking hospital, and then the doctor character that heals them tells them like, "Yo, chill," and it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like for that information to come from a doctor, but it's just funny to think about how many times we've seen this scene in other stories.
Yeah. And I mean, for the most part, it's like this chapter to me was perfect. Like it does like everything that has happened in the story, like other than like the way I didn't like that the arc kind of ended suddenly when they found Ibis in the mine or whatever. I felt like everything after that and before that was basically like what I've been wanting. Every time I'm like, oh, I really hope they do this. I feel like they do it. Um, like I love these moments. Like right now, we're in this like the infirmary and we're healing and we're talking about stuff and like characters are coming in and like this, I always refer to it as like the on the boat chapters for like One Piece. Like after the arc, you know, we spend some time on the boat and you know get to see how characters feel about what happened and we talk about where we're going next and stuff. And that's what this was, the infirmary chapter. So this is good. How you feel about this, you know, either the chapter or the series like in general, OG, because I know you probably haven't gotten a chance to really talk about the series yet.
No, I haven't had a chance to talk about it too much. I would say it reminds me the most of like Fairy Tale, which is what people were saying in the very beginning anyway, just the way it like, you know, pushes boundaries with the humor, the way it can be or at least come off as like very tropey. And it's got kind of like a fantasy adventure vibe to it as opposed to something like My Hero. Um, but
It
I
has the
like
guild
it.
system.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
guild system too, right? I think it's just one of those series that it takes itself very unseriously, but then people will like take scenes that are clearly meant to be unserious and be like, this is problematic or you can't have this, right? Like just this chapter, I can imagine somebody going like, why is this adult nurse, you know, using her tentacle powers on Kinato? And it's just like, man,
Yeah,
it's so
I think
unserious.
it takes itself seriously enough for the tone to not be compromised by the humor. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like a Mashal in that way or like a Kyoshi in that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely like scenes that are clearly meant to be silly should not be put under a microscope in that way, in my opinion, anyway.
yeah. And it's like you see the, you know, her sitting on him and like, yeah, okay, that's problematic or whatever, but we're just gonna get past it. Japan be doing stuff, but then like you see that she actually would like for Jin to break a bone because she actually does like him. So
Mm-hmm.
like Kenneth was just her job, but she would love to get freaky and tentacly with Jin if he, you know, he don't even break bones. Like, bro, don't get injured. She's like,
Yeah.
bro, you the least you could do is, you know, sprain your pinky or something. Like, come on, dog. I'm trying to get with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it reminds me of the Bochu Jutsu.
From Jigo Karaku,
From
yeah.
Jigo.
Yeah, where it's like, I mean, I'm sure they have fun with it, but it is a necessity for them to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like training,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, I
just
mean,
a
yeah.
hilarious concept.
Yeah, that's her power. Yeah, so she has to do that shit. But
Yep.
yeah, man, this is a good chapter. We got, you know, emotional moments like Linnea is in here, you know, crying and stuff. And it's like
Yeah.
that's big.
And we're
And then
about to get
everybody
into a
else.
training arc, which is always fun. He's going to get whisked off to the Hellguard. I mean, the Majo clan,
Yeah.
and and he's going to get buff.
Yeah.
Uh, I I don't necessarily enjoy that, and I've been talking about this in the Discord. I think we brought it up in the last video too, but I didn't want them to immediately hop into a training arc. I wanted them to, you know, keep sending him out on missions where he focuses on, you know, having better mana manipulation. But he's also majority just playing the support role. I felt like we needed more of support Kinato.
I don't think that this necessarily means that he won't be support Kinato anymore or as much anymore. It's just in times where it makes sense for him to be a frontliner or some kind of DPS position, he can do that too. I think it's more for versatility rather than replacing his previous function.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking
Ah,
too.
Yeah,
I'm I'm not
I
I'm
could
not
see why you
expecting
would think
him.
that though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not expecting him
yeah.
to become Deku, but I'm hoping that like he will basically level up in all aspects, including his like muscles and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So when the situation calls for it, he can like punch somebody, but he's still gonna do his support thing. Because like I mean, you see how big of a boost that is. Like
Yeah.
he's not just gonna like not suddenly, you know, I got
That's a
muscles now,
core.
so like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
that's a core aspect of his character. Is like
Yeah,
it's not like he's relegated to a support because like he's just that weak or whatever. Like he genuinely wants to be support. He wants to bring out the best in others. He
yeah,
wants to help them, feel better when their mana is out of whack and help them, reach their full potential. Like that is, I don't think that an event like this, as traumatic as it was, and for him and how much it kind of like showed him his role in the bigger picture, and makes him kind of like feel insecure about his capabilities in regards to big threats coming up. I don't think that any of this is enough to kind of shatter that core belief in him, and I think that we will still see him in that support role even coming out of a training arc. But I think it makes sense for him to train even before this
Yeah.
this villain attack, because he was already so far behind everyone else around him that training just made the most sense. Like, he's brand new to this adventurer shit, surrounded by people who are veterans. You know what I mean? So it makes sense for them to want to bring him up to speed. It's like when you start an MMORPG and you have your homies that have been playing for 3 years, like, run you through the dungeons and gain more experience than you would on your own type shit.
Yeah,
See,
and like
my concern kind of comes from the writing in this chapter, though,
Yeah.
because the what Kureha says to Kinato feels like it's very intentional,
Hmm.
because like he says, "Is this supposed to promote natural healing?" And she goes, "It's different from your magic. My family uses magic to weave damaged cells and tissues back together to heal them. Your Seitei magic is more like moist wound healing. So when it comes to deep wounds or fatal injuries, it falls behind." This feels like it's one of those moments that's kind of pointing out, like, yeah, you have good support magic, but it's a remedy, not a remedy. It's like a band-aid more than a fix.
Hmm.
So
yeah,
it feels like it's writing him to be more offense focused.
yeah,
Or
but
no, hold on, not necessarily, because if that's the way that the Seitei magic is currently being applied, training could bring it to a more effective level of healing.
yeah,
You know what I
and
mean? So
also
it's not just like moist wound healing anymore. It's actually something like more than that, beyond that after the training.
yeah, and she says, but you can do all sorts of things with your magic, and like we knew, like even his grandma was like, who knows what sort of dangerous things could happen if he decided to do it? Because in chapter one, Lene asked, use your magic on me to make my butt bigger, and he was like, no, I can't use it on other people because like it could be, dangerous, and so like yeah, he's going to go train because like it's just smart to get bulked up. Like he should be stronger. He's an adventurer now, and things are going to be dangerous. He should be able to not just be stronger so that he can punch a building down, but to be able to like if he needs to, leap from building to building or like carrying a person. Like if he needs to save someone, he needs to be able to scoop somebody up and jump, more than 3 feet
Yeah,
type
he should
shit.
be in peak
And
physical
also,
form for this job.
yeah, and then like he may very well just go train with these people, and they look at him and be like, "You're not like you shouldn't focus on like punching. Like don't even think about like punching." Like I think we could get him going down that way where I was saying he may like use his medicinal power in the fight. Like he punches somebody in the stomach and shuts their magic off. Like maybe they'll tell him like, "Yeah, you can instead of trying to like one hit the nigga, send them flying across the mountain, just like." Punch somebody in the gut and disable their magic. Now they can't do anything. And like
Yeah.
you can either beat them or like you'll have the support of your clan with you to help you with that.
And it also depends on what kind of conflicts the mangaka, I can't remember their name right now, but you know, they can create any kind of conflict, large scale, small scale, universe ending shit, like whatever. So if he comes out of the training and the writer decides to put him in situations where it's not some crazy psychopath villain attack where they're overwhelmingly powerful and he needs to use his magic on himself to fight them, he could create any kind of conflict that allows us to see the fruits of his training in non-combative or in support roles anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the same villain group coming back and him, running the ones with them, but with a stronger body and can punch them better now this time. It doesn't have to be that right away or even anytime like much later. Like it doesn't really matter when it is, as long as there is enough variety in the conflicts that allow us to see the versatility and creativity of his magic pre and post training. It's all good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it also it would work too. Like if Kinato, like we don't see him, straight up knocking people out, and then, like we see that he is capable of like throwing punches along with other things, but then like when his fight, when his rematch with Noise comes, it's like oh shit, like what is Kinato strong enough? Like we'll have that like wonder in the back of our mind versus going like yeah we know Kinato can knock him across the planet or whatever. Like if we never see him in a situation where he's got to like beat down somebody to death, then it'll hit when we see their rematch, not knowing like if Kinato is strong enough.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But also, I did so like this chapter. I don't know. The chapters always do a lot for me because like I don't know. I feel like I be wanting exactly what we get, and like the end of the chapter when they're talking about sending him off training. This is the same thing I was saying about Don about like I love when these mangaka show that they got something in the bag, but don't immediately like blow their load. So like with Don, it was It was the
crazy.
I was literally I was looking at the chapter on one of my screens, and then you said that, and I immediately looked at Shonen Oji's fucking like, are you like, you gonna say something about it? You gonna? I was waiting
I
for your
wasn't gonna
reaction
say
to
that.
that. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything, and then Nox said something, so that I had to be like, "That's crazy."
Yeah.
anyway, they don't always blow the load, man. You know what I mean? Like in
Well,
Don Don,
sometimes they do be getting into sticky situations.
Nick,
bruh. In Don to Don. In Don to Don, like the situation, the example that I use is with the subterraneans. Like they showed them, chapter 50 or whatever, and then like 59 ends, and the grandma goes like, "You haven't seen The Last of Us," and not Fujimoto, but Yukinobu never showed them again until chapter like 180. Is like we went through so many things before getting there, and the same thing is happening with Kinato. Like 2 chapters ago, when they had that council meeting, they were talking about investigating a disappearance. They were like, people are getting kidnapped from all around, and we got to investigate and figure out what's going on with that. And I think as long as this training isn't happening in the same place, I think that this is a good kind of detour, because like if he goes training, we still know that this other arc, this other potential future arc is in the background. So like whatever they're doing in this Majo clan or whatever, like when that ends, you can find out that, oh shit, Linnea got kidnapped or something. We got to find out where she is or whatever. It can lead into another arc, or like that can just be either an arc that happens way later, or it can be something that happens, kind of over the course of the story. But that's just something that makes me feel better about like the existence of the story too, because like a lot of people have been saying it's gonna get axed, and I mean the table of contents is not doing well, but like I feel like it's worth being in the magazine, and like the reason people are saying that they don't like it or whatever, or it's gonna get axed, is like the main character is too much like Deku. It's like, how is that? Like, what's wrong with?
I feel like that's a
Like,
pretty weak analogy, like a pretty
yeah,
weak comparison.
like ain't nothing wrong with a character being like another character. He's different enough. He just had a hero moment and saved somebody and punched somebody, and I guess he has the same hair, but he's not the same character. Like, I don't get it. There's enough going on in the story with other characters being interesting and the villains and stuff like that, that like I feel like this should survive. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to Japan, and like if they got shit taste, that's up to them, man. That's on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. To me, it feels like we're heading into an arc, and we know that there's at least another arc like after that, not counting. So like there's training arc, then the disappearing people arc, and like at the very least rematch with fucking Noise, the dude with the skull, and however many other bad guys are out there. So like I feel like there's a lot to go on, a lot to see. Like the road is long for me.
Yeah.
But good chapter. We got baddies. The nurse, fine as hell. That's one thing this series has not, shied away from.
Disappointed.
Yeah, has not disappointed, and I don't feel like it's a thing. Like a lot of people say, like Otter of the Flame and Red Hood. They were like, trying to carry the series with muscle mommies. I don't feel like that's happening here. I feel like the story is doing its own thing, and the characters that pop up just happen to be fine as fuck. I don't think that he's like trying to carry the series with beautiful women. I mean, I feel like that's sometimes important. Like that's one of those things you gotta have baddies, bro. Come on, like it's got to be something to look at in your series
Type
besides
shit.
like buff dudes. Like
Type.
I like her design
Unless that's
too.
your target audience.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, but I like her design too. The squiggles on her, like fucking her fucking what's the leg thing called? Her
Your
stockings.
stockings, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of like fucking Team Rocket, like the different, like maybe Team Magma or something, like their fucking designs and shit. Like I was like, yeah, this is cool, but yeah, Zio's in here and he's shy around Lene, and fucking Talius and Juna showed up, and they're talking about how they feel useless and want to get stronger. Everybody's like trying to level up, man. This chapter did a lot for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Was a banger.
Yeah, but it's a new series, so we don't know if it's gonna be here in 10 weeks, and if it is, if it ain't, we gotta talk about what we got and hope it's gonna be here. I love this series, man. I don't want it to go.
Dang.
Me neither.
Yeah, but if it do, then I don't know. Fuck everybody. Type shit. But Yeah, this is a good one. If I think I'm squeezed. You got anything else for this one, Knox?
I think I'm good, man.
How about you, Traff
Nah, I'm good.
and OG?
Real quick, I'll just say, in terms of this batch and like what might get cut, I wouldn't be surprised if any of them get cut because they're all kind of in like an uncertain stage. But I honestly hope they all stick around, especially Kanato's magic.
Yeah, same. I enjoy this one the most. I fell off on Underdoctor. I felt like it wasn't doing it for me, but that one's doing the best apparently. And like I like Alien Headbutt, but like I feel like up until like the last chapter, it kind of was just like doing things. I don't know. Like it wasn't random, but I feel like Alien Headbutt hasn't had like an arc. Like it started and like the first arc has just ended. Like the introduction arc.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like the introduction never ended until like just now, like last chapter or something. So it's like weird, but I like it. But yeah, if I had to choose, I would keep Kineto's over all the other ones. But yeah, unfortunately, it's probably going to be the Gintama mangaka with his new fart joke series that's going to be
Nah.
surviving. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Fart jokes are gonna rule the world. Bunch of they got 65-year-old motherfuckers in a meeting reading that shit, falling out of their chair laughing because Beavis and Butthead comedy is still all the rave in Japan in 2026 or whatever. But anyway, I'm being salty. That's gonna do it, baby. Kineto's Witch, chapter 13, Recovery. I ended that last segment by saying Kineto's Witch by mistake. Y'all know what I meant, man. Kineto's magic. But anyway, we're going to jump straight into Kagurabachi, the biggest bachi, chapter 120, the Irishima Talks, part 4. And for the last like 4 chapters, I got to say it, the aura is just coming off the page, man. Hokuzono's his pen made of gold. I don't know where he found it. He gathered the Dragon Balls. The dude's like 24, but he's traveled the world, found the Dragon Balls, wished for the ultimate pen, and he's just been writing straight crack. Every morning, like I set my alarm for jump, 11 a.m. fucking EST, and I read my chapters. And Bachi just always knocks me out of bed because this shit is just raw, man. What the fuck is going on? What do you mean? Motherfuckers just thumping and just getting folded and like, bro, it's just I'm sweaty reading it. Yeah, it's
Seriously. Like he's completely mastered like the intense like sequence of action panels in a combat scenario. Like I don't know how
It's very cinematic.
Yeah, like I don't know what other way to like put it, but like just everything about it compositionally is fucking phenomenal, and the writing for it too, like just like the ideas involved, like this dude with the Gantetsu Sai looking swordsman who people were like saying could be related to what was that one
Hokuto.
Hokuto, yeah, which could be a really cool thing to find out. But nah, like in the midst of all of this crazy shit going on, bro is like watching everything and forms a hypothesis that their senses are being dulled in some kind of way, bites through his tongue to snap out of it. And it's just including shit like that, like especially with this page of him like, show us all you got, this is the climax, like looking maniacal as shit with his mouth full of blood. It's like Hokuzono understands the cool factor of this shit and knows how to make it epic and knows how to capitalize on every idea that comes from his mind. I think that he puts in here is just some of the coolest shit you'll ever see in these fighting stories.
Yeah, like on top of your example, the first example is we have this Baki-esque narration talking about how fast Hiroto Soga is.
Yeah.
With him immediately getting caught and then punched like 50 times in the span of a second in the gut.
Yeah.
And then to go further into the situation you had, it's right when they're dropping the meteor, and he's like, "You plan to go with me? Don't be an idiot. This one's all for you." And then just gets teleported out. Like, the cool factor is absolutely there.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you bring up. Is like if you really want to sell the threat and the aura of this villain or whoever the opponent is in this crazy epic conflict, like you want to establish just how different that nigga is by going, yo, this is the fastest dude ever, by the way. Oops, caught him effortlessly and punched him a million times. Okay, so now we know that he's so raw that he's like, it's like if they were to say like, you know, it's like that, except for Satoru Gojo, like type narration.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's on the same level of that, and he just blitz past that, and it's like, oh my god, wait, this dude's a serious problem. Then you have Shiba, someone who's always been effective with his teleportation sorcery, like almost like he lives on easy mode in this world because of that. And then you show him being countered as well, and it's like, oh my god, like you literally just have to clench the cheeks and like bite your nails through this chapter because this one villain who was introduced a couple chapters ago is just shattering all of these known um or previously established barriers that the protagonist like just can't deal with them. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that we just got this Hiroto Soga, you know, narration on what makes him the fastest or whatever, but still, like, we know that he's a Soga clan member, and they even said in the previous chapter that he's like the peak of the Soga clan's potential in his training and in his sorcery and whatnot. So there's enough of a build up there for, on top of the writing that we get about why he's the fastest, for this villain shattering that barrier is still effective, even though the information came pretty recently. But the Shiba shit, we've been known that this dude was nice. They've been glazing him the entire series, and to see him just get hard countered by this guy just adds to the threat level. Like, you can really feel the danger in this sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fucking crazy one, man. Like, this whole flashback so far has been nuts, and like this fucking moment when he catches him by the face and like all the arms come out. It's like, I feel like there's like a portal there because he's holding his face with his right arm and he is punching him with more right arm. So it feels like he opened up another dimension and just a bunch of arms just came out of that shit and started punching him.
Or he's just moving
saw-
that fast that while his hand is still on the face before, you know, the visual of the hand going away from the face, like that's just how fast he's punching, that like he's punching him so many times that you don't even see the hand off of the face.
Yeah, it
Shit.
could be similar to last chapter where he was moving so fast that like the reflection didn't catch him or whatever, or like only the reflection caught his movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw somebody on Twitter said they was like, "Is this AI or whatever?" And they ended up saying that they were joking, but like it got enough fucking buzz to get
To where
on
like
my-
all of a sudden that's everybody's opinion now.
What did they
well,
say?
They were saying like, "Is this arm picture AI or whatever?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it was stupid though, but they ended up saying they were joking about it, but still, that's the type of shit that like people will take that and run with it and be like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, that
and
nigga be
that'll-
doing AI in this
Yeah,
monitor."
and that'll just be that'll just be the conversation for the next like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where everyone comes out the woodwork like, yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah, no, I agree. I always agree.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking banger stuff though. How you feel about this? I guess I since you know you're the guest, so I want to know. I haven't really seen if if you had the chance to talk about the series as a whole, but also you know the chapter. So unload, man. How you feeling?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Pause.
I haven't talked about Kagurabachi in a minute on my channel, but yeah, this current arc is really, really fun. Like, that's the thing. It's just like, I'm not thinking too hard about it. It's just like really killer characters, literally and figuratively. Like, these characters are just badass, like everyone has been saying. And that's kind of like what's so fun about Kagurabachi is it's just got so many characters that like aren't even necessarily relevant to the plot. They're just like, they're raw, like they're cool, like they have fun designs, they do cool things, they break established like expectations about the power system. Everything just comes together for like really cool fights in the moment, and this is like a prime example of it. Because like, I mean, what the hell, like we got characters breaking the sound barrier basically just to get, you know, punched in the face 1,000 times by AI apparently. And then I mean, the chapter ends in like, it looks like a nuke in the ocean or something, or like on the island. So it's like, you know, it makes you think about like the ceiling on the power system and all that stuff. And like, how does this affect other events? So it's just genuinely a really fun, cool chapter.
Yeah, like it's crazy that I forget his name again, so I'm just gonna keep calling him Hibara. It's crazy that bro just you know like he's actually strong as fuck. Like he last chapter he was like, also you wasted your ambush on me, and I'm thinking like, okay, he's done, he's down for the count or whatever. But then this chapter, he's like, yeah, I got one more banger in me. Motherfucker compresses the fucking boat,
Yeah.
turns into a ball and lets bro fucking spirit bomb that shit down. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, yeah, this is cinema, man. He gets movies, man. This is straight cinema.
Cinema.
I love how in the final spread, when he's getting hit by the ship, you can see the caterpillar or the
The Centipede.
centipede forming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Brood is damn, bro is dirty with this fucking fighting shit. I forget his name. Is Marotsa? What's his name?
Mashiro.
Mashiro. What's his like clan name? Mikaboshi? Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Mashiro Mikaboshi.
Wait. No, are you talking about the villain?
Yeah, bad
Yeah,
guy.
the villain.
Oh,
Clan.
Mashiro is Haibara. My fault.
Oh, okay. Nah, yeah, I'm talking about bad guy. So Mikaboshi, I forget his first name or whatever, but dude's tight. Yeah, but Haibara's fucking tight too, because like, what the fuck you mean you can compress the boat into a ball? But yeah, this whole shit, man, everything about this is just edge of your seat, like you said, biting the nails, butt cheeks gripping the chair or whatever. Like, and bro, like you already know, dude gonna be okay next week too. It's like nuts. Like he not even gonna be under that shit no more. Like he probably didn't even get touched.
Yeah.
Sheba,
Or he's just gonna blow it up.
Sheba getting fucking bapped across the field too is crazy. Like he tried to teleport Buddy and just couldn't. Like he's got this fucking negation aura going on or whatever. So I was saying in Discord, I feel like his ability, he's using it to teleport, but it's actually something else. Like maybe like I can't think of an example. I want to say like Kolyoko or something. They did like some digital. That was like a digital series, right? I feel like what he's doing is like downloading something and then like uploading it somewhere else. Like the way his teleport looks. Like there's always like these lines that come. It looks like it's moving somewhere. It's not just like a poof, And like when in like chapter 6 when he was interrogating the dude with the bombs or whatever, the Daruma head dude, he like teleported like a sliver of his foot away or whatever, and it was like I feel like he's doing something that isn't straight teleport. He's using it to teleport, but it's more like he's like uploading everything to a different location. So I don't know.
Maybe kind of like what's his name from JoJo Part 4, the guy with the hand where like he doesn't really teleport stuff. He just like moves it to another dimension.
Yeah.
Or like cuts out the space.
Yeah, it's like it swipes. It's like the cutting, like when you're editing something and then you like delete the thing and then the rest of the scene moves forward automatically. Yeah. So I was thinking like Sheba, I'm feeling like this fucking this battle is coming to an end, and like Sheba has not gotten any money. And they talked about Sheba being like the peak sorcerer. I'm starting to feel like maybe they just say that because he survived. Like, bro might not really be that cold. They just know like he was the only nigga that made it back home after this, and like they just assume that he's raw as fuck because
That's a pretty
didn't
good point.
die.
I mean, he is a teleporter, so I feel like they would kind of understand that he has the best likelihood of escaping something like this because of his ability, and wouldn't necessarily equate it to how powerful he actually is. He has to have some other thing, like, because he is still relatively young in this flashback. So much could have happened since then. And wasn't he involved in the Seitei War to a certain degree anyway? Like the actual war. Yeah, so he could have he could have accomplishments in that have people saying shit like that about him, but
Sheba is one of those characters where like he's clearly meant to be portrayed as strong and he absolutely has feats, but then like if you go, okay, well like tell me a fight, you're like okay, you got me.
Yeah, we've never seen him fight, and like so far in the flashback, he's not getting money. I mean, he had his cool moments, like when they blew up the boat, and then he pulled up and was like, "Nah, we're not signing that contract or whatever." Like that was raw. He pulled up with the squad, but like he still hasn't gotten money himself. Like we need to see him cash some checks and kick some ass.
Yeah. We need to. And like, we are still waiting for that showing that has us go. Okay, all of the glaze makes sense now.
Yeah, and like, and we know, based on like a chapter or two ago, that whatever happens here, like the worst has yet to happen because Sheba is on the camcorder, with the fucking with the light dangling from the ceiling, and he's sweating and going like
Yeah,
the
I think
having to
he
relive
was
the
crying
horrors.
too. Yeah, I think he was actually
Yeah,
crying and shit too. So yeah,
yeah, stressed out about like the horrific things that he saw on this island. So it's like clearly he's gonna be the only one that survives, and like something's got to happen from then to the current day where like he cashes checks because I don't think he's gonna get no money on this island. I think this is about to wrap up. Like bro about to spirit bomb fucking the island himself and kill like all these niggas, and Soga is just gonna escape, and like he's just gonna appear like in like the government office. Well, glad I got the fuck out of there. It was fucking crazy. Like it was hell. Everyone's dead. I was the only one. Like I couldn't bring anyone back. Everyone got killed. Like yeah,
yeah,
just makes you think like what the fuck kind of shit this like this arc is going to be long. Like at first, I think I said it last chapter. Like at first, I was expecting flashback arc to be like 7, 10 chapters of volume or something. But this is feeling like it's going to be like a 20, 30 chapter arc, and we're on part 4 of the Irishima talks. But Irishima is this island that they're on, I think, and so like there's definitely going to be more because we got to see what led Soga to wanting to get into this war. Like we got to see the weapons get crafted and like all that stuff, and probably Kunishige and Chihiro's mom kind of like we ain't gonna see them getting it on, but we gonna see like them holding hands or hugging or something. We got to see childbirth, young Chihiro. Like there's stuff we got to see, and we've already seen so much.
Yeah. This is going to definitely be a very big arc.
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting like a 30 chapter flashback arc, especially like right at the end of part 1. Like part 1 of Kagurabachi was already big, and then it was like, yeah, baby, that was the end of part 1. And then you jump into like a 20, 30 chapter flashback. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna complain, but like,
Hmm.
bro,
No, nobody's complaining, but like it was the kind of thing that like came completely out of left field.
yeah, it's like I
When it's
ordered a
something
large
that,
pizza
yeah,
and I got like 6 fucking New York sized pizzas. So like,
yeah,
I'm happy, but
yeah.
damn.
And it's like, especially when it's an event that the author has clearly made, the core, catalyzing like event of the entire series so far and not really shown it. You know what I mean? Like creating this massive interest for this flashback throughout the entirety of part 1, I think makes it okay that we immediately go into a 20 to 30 chapter flashback for it after part 1 ends. So yeah, I definitely don't think anybody should be complaining about it. This is what I want to say the vast majority of people reading Kagurabachi have been wanting to see the most. I would say if there was like a list of things that we want to see,
I mean,
it's
I'm still
probably
waiting for
yeah.
I'm still waiting for the Heian flashback and JJK.
No, literally, like
Yeah, we finna get a fucking a 1 volume fucking thing for that. JJK fucking 3 blue modulo.
and
Oh
the
my
fact
God.
the
Three
fact
blue
that
is crazy.
yeah, 3 blue is nuts, bro. But the fact that Mashiro Haibara, dude, like he's got like a fucking giant hole in his stomach, and he
Yeah,
was still able to compress this massive like oil tanker ship, into a giant meteor and crash it down on this dude. Like what these characters have been showing us in this fight have completely like validated why this was the team that was formed to go here and do this. And I love that.
yeah,
I love that Hokuzono was able to do that so effectively.
yeah. That is one thing I'll say that I do really appreciate about this arc. Not to say that I don't appreciate or enjoy anything, but like it's been nonstop, like real hitters. Like
Hmm.
in previous to this, prior to what we saw here, Kagurabachi was a lot of street thugs and just Chihiro cutting down random guys, and like once in a while he'll run into somebody who's like a big name in the underworld, or he'll run into like a Samura or something. But this is the elite people. Like this, at the time in this story, we are looking at the elite, top sorcerers. Like these are the guys. There's probably no one above any of these dudes. Like this is
Yeah.
your elite four
And
versus
this is pre Enchanted Blades too. So
yeah. So it's like this was the ceiling for power scaling in Kagurabachi before the blades got introduced. So this is huge because we haven't seen like anything that we've seen in the story like prior to the flashback has not been like the ceiling. Like it's been strong and we've seen cool stuff, but we haven't seen anyone go to like the ceiling of the verse or whatever.
yeah. Until now.
Yeah. So this is huge. But bro floating up here with this fucking big ass ball of wreckage. And I love the way he fucking bops the bottom of his sword. Yeah, that shit's so cool.
Yeah, wait, what page?
I love the entire setup for that because you have
yeah.
one of them who is taking a hit to hold him in place, another one who, compressed it and lifted it. Then you have one using their powers to speed up its, trajectory. Jesus Christ. And then, you have Sheba getting old sacrifice dude out of the way. So it's like, legitimately a perfectly picked team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like none of them are like straight up dead. Like, dude, the Soga guy, he took a hell of a fucking beating. But like he still got enough in the tank to do this. So like he probably could still fight. And Sheba hasn't been, destroyed. Like the only two people who are really have crazy injuries are the Gantetsu Sai guy or whatever and Haibara. So it's like they might be done, but like Haibara summoned like he turned a boat into a fucking cannonball. Like,
yeah, but he's gonna be bleeding out. Like he's gonna have like some cool guy dialogue, like, yeah, I dropped that shit on you, fuck nigga, and then the next time we see him,
He
he's like,
already
yo,
had that.
yeah, but
he
then
said it was an honor.
Like he said, yeah, it was an honor to be chosen to work with you guys. I gotta do just a little something before I head home.
Yeah.
Let's slug them with a real big chunk of iron.
yeah, that's right, he did say that. And then the
He's
next
definitely dead.
yeah, and then she was gonna be like, all right, we blew him up with the tanker. Let's get out of here, you guys. Haibara? And he's just gonna be like, he's just gonna be like in the same position with a smile on his face, eyes white, like bled out, like, yeah.
Like I definitely feel like Mikaboshi dude is like just gonna be fine. Like either he'll just eat the damage or like not be under it when like the smoke clears or whatever. Or maybe he'll destroy it. Like the next chapter it'll open like, huh, damn, you really did that shit. Like they just looking at the ball and then it just cuts in half and falls or whatever. It's like that hurt. Or it cracks his neck or some shit.
And I love how like for two of these characters, we're just calling them other characters from other stories. Haibara and Gantetsu Sai.
Yeah, bro. It's like, bruh, do I really need to like dude isn't present in the story, so I know he's dead. He's Haibara, yeah.
That is the one thing I will say about Kagurabachi, and it's not necessarily a flaw, but like it happens very often where we get like a dozen characters at once, and like visually it's easy to tell them apart, but you're just like, what is their name again?
Yeah, names are always funny. Like JJK did it too. JJK did the thing where it was like everybody had an OO name. It was Todo, Gojo, Jogo, Coco, Momo. Like there was a lot of those.
Tojo.
Yeah. And then here it's like we got more like variety in the name, but still it's like
I think that it can be a problem in stories, obviously, if you introduce a bunch of characters and don't really, give them the time to or give them the writing to stand out in any kind of way, like with the audience. I don't think Hokuzone is that kind of writer, though. I feel like any character that he introduces that gets any kind of spotlight is just immediately interesting because he knows what he's doing, I think.
yeah. I mean, he definitely gave Habara a good show. Like
Yeah.
he, we all knew he wasn't gonna make it to Rush Hour 3, but like he put on a fucking show.
Rush
So,
Hour
like,
4 now.
Yeah, but like I'm happy with what I got from him. Like I can tell, my mom Habara did the damn thing. Yeah. Like they can go back home and Sheba can let people know, like, yeah, he was a real one. Like he crushed a fucking boat, dog. Like
Yeah.
that was a big move, but yeah, no, this is fucking crazy. You plan to go with me? Nah, dog.
Don't be a fool.
I got a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder how this ends though, cause we got at least two combatants who can still fight versus Mikaboshi. So
Oh, they're definitely gonna die, and Shiva's gonna have to run away.
yeah, man, that's crazy. And we still don't know what's up with Grandpa in the fucking floating wheelchair. Like,
Yeah, Uncle Grandpa needs to do something.
Uncle Grandpa. Dude, wait a minute. That's perfect hair forever, right?
it's your Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah.
Okazana, you coward. Give us Pizza Steve.
Pizza Steve.
Yeah. But nah, this was more of Kagurabachi greatness, unlimited cool factor. And I love the like grayscale or whatever that he uses. Like I don't like it. It looks like I'm just watching. Like just most of these pages, like everything is super gray. Like the first page,
all the shading
like
and like
behind.
screen tones and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the way everything is like shaded here. It feels old. It feels like I'm watching a fucking history movie or something.
It feels like a Kurosawa film.
Yeah, it's just busting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might be Spence on this one though. You got anything else, Traffy?
I'm good.
What about you, Knox?
I'm squeezy.
And you, Oger?
No, sir.
All right, then. I think that's gonna do it. If we forgot anything, let us do it now. But let us know down in the comments. That was Kagura, the biggest of botches, chapter 120, the Irishima Talks, part 4. Before we get on up out of here, you know what we got to do, baby. We like to talk about our chapter of the week and talk about some of these comments. But chapter of the week is tough. We have some bangers this week, so I am going to pass the rock to Traffy.
Centuria.
Centuria?
Yeah.
Centuria
was just such a well-written chapter this week. And while, most of the other chapters were impressive as usual, Ichi was good, Ranger was good, Kinato's was good, Kagurabachi was good, Shangri-La was a little weak this week, but Centuria was just great.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. What you think, Knox?
Yeah, it was between Centuria and Kagurabachi, but I don't want to say the same thing as a guy like Traffy, so I'm going with Kagurabachi. Big Bachi. No, that was always my pick. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Bachi was just too cinema. It was doing the thing too well. The thing that we come to it for. It was firing on all cylinders. I think that this arc is very special. And if this is just the beginning of it, like holy shit, what's the rest of it gonna look like?
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Shangri-La Frontier was probably the weaker of the ones.
Shit was high key buns, to be honest.
No,
it's not, it wasn't buns. It wasn't buns. But like that was the first time where I like really raised an eyebrow at Shangri-La Frontier in like the entirety of its run. So
yeah, and it's not even like it's not one of those things where it's like, are we going? It's not the kind of eyebrow raiser where you're like, I don't know where this story is going, because a lot of times the manga will do shit like that, and you're like, I'm not so sure about the future of this series.
Yeah.
It's not one of them. It's just like,
why'd you do that?
Yeah, this didn't have to happen. It could have been. I mean, it wasn't even like offensive.
Yeah.
It's just like it felt like what people say about Tamaki and Fire Force, where they're like, Tamaki ruined, like random fan service appears, man. The whole episode's ruined. It's like she appeared for 5 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like bad, but like it was just probably one of the weaker Shangri-La Frontier chapters. It was still fun, but it was just weaker.
I just didn't want the first showing of the character I've probably been most excited for since their introduction in Shangri-La Frontier. Like this was like everything. Like this is like the perfect kind of character for me, specifically in Shangri-La Frontier. And their first big bout ends with a titty joke. I was just like, oh, why? How could you do this to me? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like series ruining or arc ruining stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Or character ruining.
So Bachi and Centuria were both bangers. This is a tough one, man. I'll probably go Centuria too, just because like I feel like this is probably the best chapter Centuria has had. I'd have to go through and like relook, but like for me, I felt like this was one of the big. I feel like it's been a couple of big chapters, like the Night God reveal chapter, and like just there's been a couple chapters lately that have been huge, but like I feel like this is probably one of the biggest Centuria chapters. Just the Lalawag stuff is just too huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Centuria too, but. For fucking show, Bachi is right there. Like this was absolute cinema. The kid don't miss. But I'll go Centuria for now. So that's gonna do it for chapter of the week. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump into some of these comments next. So we got a lot of them last week, some good ones. Everybody, shouting out to our guests. So appreciate that as always. You guys are lovely, giving some hearts and being hyped when we have people on. So hopefully you enjoyed this one too. But we got some comments here. Let's see. We got one from okay, here we go. At Ace it's Idolivia's 1997. Man, my brain did not work. So I know I said it wrong. You can feel free to pronounce it, but he says the bug jar is called Kodoku. It is a type of poison where bugs are put into a jar in a battle royale. They make poisonous curses out of the fluids of the winner, and the maker of the Kodoku must pray to the poison lest it curse them in return. Fun fact, Kodoku is the Japanese name of the malediction ability of the Magetsume. And that last part was very big.
Yeah, wow.
You missed, yeah, you weren't here. So last week I was talking about, I couldn't remember where. I knew, like, in the last chapter when they were doing the thing like underground in Kagurabachi, they had like the jar with the insects in it, and then they like mashed it up and dude drank it. And I was saying like, pretty sure there was a reference to that like with the culling games, and there's something like a poison, like a jar of poisonous insects that kind of fight each other, and then like something happens. I couldn't remember, so this guy was clearing that up. But Kodoku being the Japanese name for malediction is also big. So like, I'm guessing they straight use Buddy Body to make that sword like. When he died or whatever. So
that shit crazy.
That was a big one. Let's see. One from at Parlay Miles 2064. Shout out to bro. He says, I know it's a big reach, super reach, but what if the roles are reversed when it comes to the world hater and the Vanquisher Vanquisher witch, and she actually owns him and just lets him roam around to put everything in chaos so that she can move around peacefully as a wanted witch?
No, I'm kidding. What's up?
I think that'd be crazy. I don't think it's what's gonna happen. Is he did say it's a reach, but like it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if she actually captured him and just lets him like do chaos or whatever, that'd be a twist for sure.
It does sound out of character to let someone capture him in general, but I guess that's not really their choice.
Yeah. And just I don't know, just the way he acts does not seem like he is like I don't see him being under anyone's control.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got one from at la-r9q. You guys are my notification for new Ranger chapters, law. Yeah, that's about right. Makes sense. Nobody knows when Ranger's out until it's like 2 days later, because like we don't got consistent releases with the apps or whatever. So yeah, shout out to bro. And let me see if I can find one more comment. At Straw Hat Mercs, for the Kurotsuchi, it being a sorcery should mean that Chihiro Nakamura can't use it because the enchanted blades take the user's sorcery away. I also imagine it be like the Sazanami's Iso ability, as anyone in the bloodline can use it. Difference being is that it seems you have to unlock it through intense training, similar to domain expansion, in that anyone in the clan can get it. It's just so incredibly hard to unlock as it requires mastery. And we're talking about that ability that
Hiroto
the one Soga dude got. Yeah.
Thanks for backing me up on this.
Oh, you were saying that? Okay.
I was saying that it was an ability that we could possibly see Soga use, and one of y'all were saying that he was the last person in the clan to use it, so how would someone else use it?
Yeah, like it dies with him. But yeah, if it's like an inherent like ability that like the bloodline can learn, then it makes sense. It's fine. But like Soga wouldn't probably wouldn't have access to it now because of the enchanted blade. So
Yeah.
yeah, you really give up a lot with them enchanted blades, man. Like you could be like super tight, but like enchanted blade is like them fucking pimp my ride cars. Like the shit got a hot tub in it. Like you'll need to get a hot tub or a pool at home where you got a hot tub and a fish tank and a vending machine and a fucking water bed and whatever the fucking your car. So enchanted blade got all that shit. So
Type.
yeah, type shit. So I think that's gonna do it for the comments, and we'll be back next week to read more of your comments, baby. So that's gonna do it, y'all. This was Shonen Pulse episode 61. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed all of the conversations and appreciate a fun guest again. Hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts and all that stuff. We read
On
your
the
comments.
Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord.
Hit the hype button.
Hit the hype button, hit the membership button if you want to donate a cheeseburger or something. But yeah, especially join the Discord. We're gonna have it down in the bottom in the description and probably in the first comment or whatever. But yeah, man, this was a fun episode. Thank you, OG, and let the people know where to find you and what you got coming up next.
Yeah, make sure to check me out. Just Shonen OG over on YouTube. A whole bunch of anime and manga videos. I uploaded a power system video about partner systems like Demons of the Shadow Realm and Soul Eater. And then pretty soon I'm uploading a video comparing Battle Junkies and anime. So make sure to check those out.
Okay. Yeah. Be on the lookout, man. Go check out OG and show some support. His channel will be linked down below next to the subscribe button because we're going to have him as a collaborator. So if you hit the subscribe button or hover over it and you don't know how to spell OG because it's not spelled like OG and it's spelled like Ouija, you'll see it down below. So you can just hit that button and find him easy. So that's going to do it, baby. Thank you for watching.